Jeremy, I sent you something.
As that little bit about Jeremy, I sent you something. Absolutely made it onto the stream before anything else did. This is awesome. All right, welcome back for another week of Sept Imperium Plays Curse of Strahd, y'all. And most importantly, happy Filthy Treason Day. I'm sorry, Independence Day. That's the one, right? The non-Europeans call it the Independence Day. And all you guys wanted was fucking representation. Gross. Get out of here. No. It'd be hilarious if I was a British DM though, and I had to run you guys today. Can you just imagine? You guys would just like completely crucify me on stream.
I would literally sleep and then get the firework thing that I have for a spell and just shoot off fireworks the whole time.
Jesus Christ. The other thing we got to acknowledge is, oh my God, is handling a baby just turning into you into one too, Jason? Because without that beard, you look like you about got like you're Benjamin. Yeah, you're Benjamin Button.
Listen.
Really
here's what happened.
Tell me.
Baby has learned how to grab and pull things.
Oh, you're such a little girl. That baby can't pull anything. Let me know when a 4-year-old grabs a chunk of your leg hair to pull himself off the ground and rips out a fistful.
Give him some credit. Give him some credit, because I will say this. When they get there, they get abnormally strong grips at a certain point.
Yeah.
And when they get a hold of your armpit hair, it doesn't feel good.
That's why I keep a shirt on. Or your wife's armpit hair. That's even grosser. Unless you're French. But anyways, Jeremy.
Here was the path, and here's where we started going.
Yeah,
this is where that was going.
I veer. All right.
Holy
listen.
shit.
First to clarify, if you're a woman and have arm hair, is whatever. If you choose to not have arm hair, is whatever.
Yeah, that's cool.
Clancy has to take a drink to make it through the session. I probably have to get my beer in a minute too before we lose Jeremy completely and my mind.
That kind of nights apparently.
Yep, it is.
This would not be a session with these boys if it wasn't without that. All right, y'all. Well, as we dive back into it, as you guys saw in the announcement, we are delving into the Amber Temple tonight. If you have run Curse of Strahd, you know this. You know where this is about to go. I'm excited to see where this is going to go, as these boys are delving into some of the darker secrets of Barovia. They were able to find out last week some details that we'll go about in the recap, but I'm just excited. Like, we're getting into the towards the end game of Curse of Strahd, and you guys, if you guys want to, just go to YouTube, Polyhedra TV, if you guys want to watch some of the past sessions on that stuff. But now we're getting into the real dark heart of it all, and I'm excited. That said, we are looking at some of the things we're going to be doing in the future as Sept Imperium's Curse of Strahd arc wraps up. And if you guys have suggestions, email me at david@polyhedra.io, or just comment in chat or something like that about where you guys would think that should go next. As Banish says, pirates. Surprise. So surprised.
He just wants to steal booty.
I mean, you know, at least once in his life, it would be nice, you know.
There's a whole lot more to this conversation, bro, but you don't know me. We got to get to know each other a little better.
Yeah, I don't think we should continue this conversation on stream.
Oh, no. Why did it have to go to the bad place? First of all, Viking pirates are just Vikings. That's redundant. As they're more like land. They like to go onto land first to pirate things, but you know, I don't know.
I would argue that Vikings were maybe the most efficient pirates that ever lived.
They're just smarter about it, I feel like. Anyways, so if you have suggestions, throw them out in chat so we can chat with you about what the future might look like. There's some stuff that I am getting excited about as a DM that I've pitched to the players, and we'll be discussing in the future. The other thing really quick, just to shout it out, since we had that sponsor money come in, it's not a whole lot, but it's going to be fantastic to give back to the community. And what we'd like to do with that specifically is some more giveaways. So if you guys would like to follow, cheer, subscribe, anything like that, it is going to earn you points. A follow is going to be 1 point. If you cheer inside of one of the streamed events, you're going to get 2 points. And if you give us a subscribe, that's going to be 3 points worth. Now, if you do that during different sessions, so let's say, for example, you give away a gifted sub or something like that during one of the sessions, in addition to your own, those are going to stack on top of each other. So if you guys would like to support the channel and earn something, this is going to be digital books from D&D Beyond. And we have some cool ones coming up in the future. Why can I never remember that? Wild in the Witchlight. Is that what it's called? The Feywild Adventure?
Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Fuck.
So close. The Wild Beyond the Witchlight and the Strixhaven books are going to be coming out. We're going to be giving away those Drake thinks we should ban snakes. You know I'm going to make an entire campaign based on snakes now. Hey,
And I'm going to be
Banisher.
sick every Sunday.
As long as you have Samuel L. Jackson on there, why are all these snakes in a campaign?
What about steampunk snakes? What if we actually?
What about-
remove-
I'm
a
good with that.
snake.
Robotic is fine. Robotic is fine.
Okay,
I'm good with
perfect.
But what about like, I'm a snake. I'm
that. I'm okay with that
Jesus
too,
Christ.
actually.
I'm a slippery little snakey
I'm
snake.
a little snake.
That doesn't bother me at all.
Oh God.
And I don't
Jeremy,
actually
do
even
it.
mind like giant if you were like a giant anaconda comes out, I'd be like, okay, I can see it and I can fight that. If you're like, there's this tiny, little,
Garden
slippery, super fast snake, and it's just and it's behind the couch, you can't see it anymore. I'm like, well, you can go fuck yourself. We're gonna burn the whole room down now.
Exactly.
Like,
I
I
get
will-
you.
The last thing that I will say before we get back into it is if you haven't checked out the development update for Diablo 4, oh my God, go check it out. Seriously, it is amazing. They showed like some of the new textures, the new monsters. One of the yeah, it's not even sponsored. I'm just such a huge Diablo fan. But
Yeah,
what is
Diablo 4 was
amazing about that
sponsoring
one
us,
is
that
like
would be-
there's like
Blizzard
there's, like-
needs more money.
No, Blizzard actually they do. They're dying. Thanks Activision hashtags. Because one of the most amazing, disgusting monsters there is kind of like this zombie that doesn't have a head anymore, and there's like all of these open gaping wounds, and you have this massive spider that is just upon its back, and you see its like spidery legs just kind of poking in there and
Nope.
kind of like making the zombie puppet kind of twitch and moving it along. Oh my God, Diablo is going back to what it was intended to do, which is be dark and bloody. And
Wait a second.
gross.
Wait a second. The icing on top of the cake is when the spider sticks its head out from the torso of the zombie. It's that of a clown.
No, that's just that you're just trying to trigger too hard now. Now you lost us.
Clancy
Like,
was with you for a minute. She was like, wait, what? And then she was like, you motherfucker.
it's like, oh, taking notes.
Hate spiders. Did you hear me bitch when we were at that castle? Like,
Alrighty, but all that aside, thank you guys for tuning back in. And last shout out, as always, is if you're looking to join a game like this one, fill out that Formity form that I just dropped down there. And if you want to be part of the Discord community, join that link. All right, without any further ado, let's get back into it. As previously, other way, Jason. Other way. Boom, that one. As previously on Sept Imperium plays Curse of Strahd. You guys had traveled all the way through the Svalich Wood, where you had tragically lost one of your own to a headless rider who did the same creative haircut to one of your characters. As you guys ultimately arrived back at the tower where you had met Esmeralda, who was currently posted up there. The werewolf lady who had asked you guys for help has traveled ahead and warned Esmeralda that you guys needed help, and then because it was a full moon, fucked off so that you wouldn't be in danger of her losing her control. You guys traveled to the tower, got a lift for the rest of the ride all the way back to the tower. There, you had a small funerary service for your friend. As you said some kind words and said to incinerate the body to prevent it from being able to be turned against you, you had a familiar individual turn up once more in shining red-drenched armor, white hair, and skinny... that's not the word that I'm looking for. It's not skinny, but
Skinny
pale.
jeans.
Pale. Yeah, he has skinny jeans. As his skin was sparkling in the sun. No, but Edward did not show up. In fact, it was Varen, who was actually shedding tears over the death of Phineas. You guys had a little bit of a conversation with him in which you agreed to a truce between one another and a tentative alliance. You guys asked him whether he could help you guys potentially waylay some of the troop transport and movement that seems to be coming out of Barovia and into the world at large now. For it appears, as Varen has put, the Council and Strahd are now engaging in outside of the Dread Domain raids. It appears that Strahd has finally set his eye from inside of Barovia to the outside world, letting those that are under his control pass through the mists for reasons unknown. You guys also asked about your friend Irena. As Varen clarified, And as you guys got to learn through the visions that you guys received out of the Tome of Strahd, her real name apparently is Tatiana, or at least was once. You guys learned that Irena is fine through a conversation with Zachiel, the soul of whom is now contained within the Sunblade that is carried by Rolak. And you guys learned that the healing magic apparently completely restored her face, that she set out to the Baratok Mountains in order to find the Mad Mage whom you guys had told, or you told her that he was going to hopefully be an ally of yours due to your Taroka reading. Now, as you guys decided to set out on another path for apparently the lich that Knack is seeking for totally nobody understands reasons, is residing within the Amber Temple, some kind of odd place south of, or in the southlands of Barovia, located within the Gakis mountain. You guys started traveling southward, seemingly unmolested, and are currently traveling towards the extremely high in altitude, and you actually see some snow and cloud cover kind of slowly drifting down as you guys are getting closer and closer, riding in the wagon with Esmeralda. That is where we're going to pick it up this week. But by all means, if I forgot to mention something, please come on in.
Just a question. If you would allow us to retcon one thing. Okay.
What's up?
Oh, so Clancy and I had talked last time, right before we left, about taking the bow, the blood bow that was Finn's, and we were actually going to bury it where we had buried Finn, because none of us had any need for it or want for it, and it didn't seem exactly like it was like full of sunshine and rainbows. So we were going to basically bury it where we buried Finn.
Yeah, that's
And I
that's
turned
fine.
into a
That's
werewolf.
little one.
You did
Yeah,
turn into a
Hoyt-
fucking
Hoyt
werewolf,
kinda
and we
turned into a werewolf.
stripped him, hog-tied him to the roof.
Yep.
You did. He did seem to be able to break out of it towards the end, but for a while there, he certainly seemed to lose control. After some hours, that finally faded away, and he turned back into his normal dwarven self. Esmeralda did promise that if he lost control completely, she was going to put him down for good, taking him up to the Barovian farm, as they say, but other than that.
And she left and told us that she would come back, but she was going to go try to get reinforcements.
Exactly.
So, theoretically, hopefully, as we finish here, the Magic School Bus with reinforcements may be back.
Alrighty.
Oh, and we also found it's really, really cold, and I don't think any of us have appropriate attire, so sweet.
Nope. What is this, Icewind Dale? All right.
I don't know, David. Is it?
I mean, there's so many Dread Domain crossings. You never know where you end up. As you guys are standing at the foothills of Mount Gakis, there is a thin trail that kind of like cut across the river. You guys had come along, actually passed by the ruins of Berez. There lies still the mostly kind of destroyed and decrepit looking remains of the hut of Baba Yaga that you guys had driven by. And you cut across the river and onto an almost well-preserved path of sorts. You can tell that at one point it was probably much more well-traversed and maintained than it is now, but there seems to still be activity that keeps the trail alive to an extent. You guys look up and you see this mountain rise hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feet into the air. The little path just kind of switchbacking and then getting lost inside of the foothills. You guys all look at each other, nodding, start walking upwards. Alrighty, who would like to take the group lead check as far as staying on track, trying not to get lost as the track becomes harder and harder to find, and the like? Now, we can either have two people roll for that, or one person with advantage as another person with survival maybe helps out. No, got it.
Oh God, no!
I will help.
Horrible decision.
I
Dagmar,
can.
maybe you take point, and Hoyt
I
Nope.
gotta pee really quick. I'll be right back.
Sure.
Y'all just avoid the yellow snow.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Is that how we're gonna get introduced to his character? Or?
Yes.
So I guess I roll with advantage.
Sure.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I don't want to roll it.
I always forget alt, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, got it this time.
Alrighty, what'd you get?
19.
Alrighty, you actually keep everyone fairly on track as you're seeing where the trail kind of continues. If you've ever gone like mountain hiking on a trail that is not very well maintained, you can tell we're just like essentially wildlife and other persons maybe might create a path and you cutting through. And as you do, you keep everyone fairly well on track. And after a couple hours of traversing, the sun is starting to fall, or it is getting to be sunset. You guys are starting to climb up further and further, but the area becomes more and more treacherous, and you can tell you're starting to cross into that little bit of a threshold, that penumbra between snowy biome and the lower lands as you guys are getting further and further up into the mountains. The question
Point
now
of
becomes...
reference.
Huh?
As it's getting dark, I'm looking to the sky to see what the hell that moon looks like. Just
it's-
nervously.
Yeah, you're looking back up and it does seem to wane, and there's just a cold sweat that is starting to run down your face as you look up at that, and you kind of like grasp this little pocket of chocolate in your things, and you just think something about a long distant cousin of yours, something Lupin. Like a little bit of chocolate always helps. I'm just glad that Jeremy got that.
Oh, I got the Harry Potter reference. I was just sitting here.
Yeah. No, it does seem to be now that the moon is waning, so at this point, you seem to be okay currently.
Are we above the tree line yet?
You're getting there. You're still within like the very edge of it and starting to push into the area that doesn't have any more trees left.
Are we gonna stop for the night, or are we gonna push through? I guess would be my question.
Well, how... Your Al was the one who was scouting. How much further into the entrance?
That's a great question.
I would say it would be kind of hard for you to tell, just because, you know, Dagmar's doing a phenomenal job getting you guys up the mountain, but obviously an owl can just go whoop and go directly to where it needs to go. So from the owl's perspective, it's like, oh, no more than maybe like half an hour flight tops. From you guys' perspective, it gonna take a minute.
Wait, so Knack, are you guessing like 3-4 hours walk maybe?
At probably at minimum.
Okay. Well, maybe I guess, yeah. Let's look for a place to try to make camp. I think it's going to get a little chilly, but I don't know what else we can do.
All right, Dagmar, just make me a straight survival check here as you're trying to find a good location.
That's an 8.
Alrighty. As you
Could
start
we
looking
learn?
around, you're like, yes, the outside. I've spent a lot of time in the non-closed doors. And as you're starting to look around, it's like, that is a good place, right? And it's just like a pit with stakes in it. You're like, oh. And you go around. However, with your passive perception, there are a couple things that you pick up. The first thing is, there are actually bear traps in other hidden places that are just left throughout this place. It appears that hunters do have certain things set up here in order to catch game or something more sentient than that.
Imagine with that roll, it's just points up bear trap. Not here.
Yeah.
Hold on. You said there's a bear trap?
Mhm.
I was just pretending. Dagmar, do you only see one, or is there several?
In
Oh,
that
there's
place where
several.
you're at, there's just like one little bear trap. You kind of look around. There's kind of like it looks like it's essentially a pit trap, right? That has some bushes essentially kind of built over it in a creative way in order to try to make it look as natural as possible.
I will explain all of that.
Making camp by this might not be the worst thing, and the only reason I say that is because if something was to attack us, we we know a pathway that it can't traverse. Or if it traverses, it'll regret it. Or we can keep looking.
That's fair. I mean, we just gotta keep in mind to not
Yeah,
step in it
Don't
ourselves.
step in it when you go for a pee walk in the middle of the night, yeah.
You know I'm gonna make you guys roll for it now. Like I have to.
Oh boy. Alright.
Okay.
All right, I'll spend 10 minutes in ritually cast Unseen Servant. Help gather firewood, as well as sending Betsy out to gather firewood as well.
Alrighty, as your servants do not grumble, do not complain, do not give you lip of any kind, but simply set out and do their task.
I'd like to gather some stones so that we can actually get like a proper fire going. So I can make like an actual stone pit. And I'm gonna look like Dagmar. Do you think you could dig it out just a little bit so we can have like a proper airflow that we can make, so this thing will breathe well?
Sure. Did we bring a shovel?
Yeah, you guys have a shovel
Okay,
because
good.
that has been now canon established that Esmeralda has one on the wagon.
Cool.
Gotcha.
And yes, happily.
Yeah, because we did the burial. So what I want to do is so we can make a good fire about a 6-foot pit, just kind of digging it out, making 2 airways on each side so air can come in and the fire can breathe, and then basically like lining the ridge and the inner piece of the circle with stone so it'll just reflect that heat.
Sounds
Drake is proficient in survival, if you guys have not caught on to that.
I have made a few campfires in my life.
Just a couple.
And while they're doing that, I just find a nice flat spot and I cast bonfire.
It just burns. This bro like just kind of gives you a look.
Yeah, mind you don't have to keep casting over and over again. But you can
Oh.
cast that here in just a second once we get some wood.
Alrighty, as you guys kind of do all of that stuff, we're actually going to have the camera kind of pan away from the camp that you guys are making as you're setting up. And we get a little bit of a bird's eye view of the mountainside here as the tree line kind of extends upward and seems to be just kind of like a growth around the central dagger-like spike that comes up that is Mount Gakis. A little bit to the east, we see the bird's eye view kind of descend back down. As there's a lone individual walking up, bundled up in traveling clothes, kind of starting to shiver against the evening cold as well. What kind of a light source do you have, Chris?
It's kind of hard to explain. It's more of just it's a light that's glowing, but doesn't seem to have an actual source of what's causing it. It's more so surrounding myself.
Alrighty. As there seems to be an aura, just like a number of glow that pulses away from this individual. The man seems to be vaguely humanoid, walking as such as well. You see some black hair with shocks of white kind of going through. What else would you like to describe about yourself?
The hair specifically would be a little more unusual in the sense that where most people might have black hair that seems to be turning white, this appears that it's more white hair that seems to be turning black. Reasons for that could be. The other thing is he seems to have a beard that resembles the same problem. It appears to used to look white, but it has started to turn black. If you were to look into his eyes, it was almost more of a glass and kind of reflects what some might consider a mood ring, if that makes any sense. His eyes seem to adjust based on what mood he appears to be in. And the odd part about him, the thing that you would notice more than anything is that when he walks, it's almost like he's whistling, but you hear no tune. He's just a little chipper, a little pep in his step, which is odd because what some might consider his appearance of, say, a 45 or 50-year-old human. It's more of a boy-like features.
And as you're walking down that path, you suddenly see a flash of fire in the woodline down below, indicating maybe some individuals down below.
I'm trying not to. I don't know what to spoil here and whatnot. So I'm gonna be immediately become alert and how far am I from that?
Maybe some 300-400 feet.
I'm gonna continue walking, but at a little bit quicker pace, moving slightly uphill from where I saw the light, kind of around to where I'd be at a higher vantage point and looking down at them.
Sure thing.
And
Go ahead and make me a perception check.
I can't, since I don't have permissions.
You should. Just gotta switch it.
I can switch, or you have to switch it. You mean?
You
Oh,
can
okay.
switch it.
Sorry, I was.
Alrighty.
Ooh,
What'd
something
you get?
seems off. 15.
Alrighty. As you're walking around there, and if there's something off, we can fix it later.
Yeah.
As you're walking
There is.
around there, you kind of try to keep an eye out. And the thing that catches your eye is not so much the shadows that seem to be kind of starting to be reflected by the individuals down in the tree line, for you hear some jovial voices, some shit giving and the like. Not literally giving shit, but smart ass comments that kind of ring forth, and they kind of warm your heart as you hear the jovial nature with which the people down below are talking. Instead, you see three shadows, humanoid in appearance, bipedal, starting to slink closer and closer towards that camp.
And they clearly appear to not be a part of this group.
Yeah, you would guess that's reasonable by the way that they're starting to stealth up upon this camp.
But it appears that they're like they're sneaking up with cruel intention. And how far am I from them now? I didn't know how else to word that.
I got you.
Maybe no more than 100 feet or so. As you will say instinctually, you kind of drop your own magic of light. Seems to fade away from you.
Okay, I would like to. See, this is where it's challenging because I know what I want to do if I knew this was combat. I want to get to about. I want to try to sneak up behind them, quiet. Not so much sneak it, just be very quiet as to not alert them to my presence, and try to get to within about 30 yards of them. 30 feet.
30
sorry.
yards or feet?
Feet. Sorry.
Okay, sounds good.
I was trying to help you out because the whole,
No, I got you. Go ahead and make me a stealth check.
20.
As you're starting to get closer and
Hey,
closer.
I just said 20, man. Don't get a lot of those, all right?
As you start getting closer and closer towards that, you can see upon these individuals that they're wearing ragged, dirtied furs. Not a whole lot of well-made armor, but just things that they seem to have been making themselves out of whatever they can find out in the wild. And you see three grown adults, 2 men and a woman, that are getting closer and closer, having like essentially obsidian tipped spears that they're carrying on their side. They have some short bows kind of slung over their backs as they're getting closer and closer to investigate what's happening up ahead. They kind of stop as they're starting to whisper to each other. They seem to be perplexed that they see these individuals there and kind of arguing back and forth.
Shit. Not descriptive enough. I don't know that there's. I kind of just want to hold my ground and see if they continue to advance. I'm trying to decipher. It's hard for me to determine. Have I been able to determine how many of the group with the light there are? Can I see the total number of group members yet?
Yeah, it seems like there are about 5 of them.
So I would see 5 on one side.
Actually,
and
it
they
seems
clear-
more like 6, but one of them seems to be kind of weird and skinny.
So I would see 6 people over here, and I would be able to tell they appear to be decently geared.
You see,
I
you see
wouldn't say
some
armored, if you
castle-forged
will, but
steel
some
and some of
castle
them.
forged stuff, and then I can see these 3 people in hobo gowns with some fur on it, basically. Am I interpreting that correctly?
Very Skyrim.
Okay, very Skyrim. Well, I'm assuming that if they had an advantage and they had the stealth, then they might be able to cause some harm. But as of right now, unless they start sprinting, I want to do nothing. I kind of just want to overview and watch.
Alrighty. As you stay there in hiding, doing nothing, they suddenly cast Meteor Swarm and completely destroy the party. I'm just kidding.
Well, boys.
This was fun. Okay, so Carissa's the only person left in the campaign. Let's go. But you overhear them kind of discussing back and forth. We don't want to know. Shut up. What do you think they want here? I don't know, but they're in our lands. We should drive them off. With what? Look at them. Adventurers. They're outsiders. They belong to Strahd. No, but they are in our lands. That means that we can hunt them if they're here. Look at them. They've survived long enough. Which they look like they have. We're going to die for nothing. What do you propose? I propose that we're going to wait and watch. See if they even make it through the night. Right. If he gets mad, it's on you. Sure. As you kind of sit there for a second and keep watching. Percy, you kind of are starting to feel a little bit antsy. The rest of you guys are setting up a nice camp. Take out your rations, have some dinner, and crackling firelight for quite a long while, as it is starting to get pretty dang cold. Like this is not keeping the cold at bay very well. This bonfire that you guys have. Go ahead, Rolik.
Are there any like bushes or things like that around?
Plenty of underbrush.
Okay. So what I want to do is I want to, I guess, me and Dagmar and Matt Rel, I guess, will probably be the only people that can swing a sword decently. I like to just chop some underbrush and basically make a ring around us, which I know it's not going to stop any fire, but it would cause noise if something walked in. Does that make sense?
Alrighty, you guys start hacking away. And heading back to the other events around you guys, the 3 individuals, hunters, whatever they may be, ultimately kind of get up and start walking away, slinking away from the camp. Like, they were still a good 200 or so feet away from it, so they were not necessarily within striking distance or anything to set off the Dagmar radar. Dagmar radar. You can almost spell radar with Dagmar's name. As you watch those 3 individuals kind of slink away, and you see the ones down below by the fire starting to set up that ring around their own camp. What do you do?
And just to be clear, I did hear what they were saying, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they've now wandered off a good ways?
Yeah, they wandered off back towards the main path and are actually starting to head upwards the mountain, it seems.
Okay. And how far am I from the group?
200-ish feet.
I want to start approaching the group, but before I get to the group, I'm going to kind of hold my staff and slowly start humming what you might consider would be a gentle melody that, as I'm using the staff almost like a microphone, if that would make any sense, and just kind of speaking into it, or singing into it, I guess you could say, just very gentle, almost soothing tone. And I want to be echoing the words straight like Lionel Richie. Hello, as I approach the group.
Alrighty. You guys are camping at the foot of an ominous mountain on your way to a dark-infused amber temple. As out of the underbrush, you see a vaguely glowing man singing into the tip of a quarterstaff going, "Hello."
I fire 2 Eldritch Blast.
Roll me initiative.
I'm not.
I use lightning lore and just pull his ass on him.
I'm assuming we hear him approaching.
Oh, I
Very
mean,
slowly.
yeah, it's hard to miss.
Yeah, I figured as much. Hoyt, are you going to turn into a wolf? I need to know now.
Just out of curiosity, Hoyt, like, hearing this, since he's turned into a wolf, does he smell anything? Like, would he have picked up on a whiff of this guy before he started singing or anything?
I'll say two different
Okay,
things. So,
I take quite a few showers.
yeah, first up, so Hoyt, you don't remember your time while you were a wolf at all. That
Okay.
said, you do feel like you smelled like drenched sweat afterwards. It seemed like you definitely sweat a lot under this aluminum can that you're essentially wearing. Thank God it's not aluminum, otherwise I would definitely kill you because it's like a -2 AC.
Oh, yeah.
But no, it's it doesn't give you enhanced senses or anything like that. Not until you,
Okay.
I don't know, like reach level 3 as a blood hunter or something ridiculous
Okay.
like that. But before then, yeah, right now you're not seeming to sense any kind of difference.
Okay.
On the flip side, to answer another part of this, as this character is approaching you guys, you hear the very melodic, very beautiful sound ringing forth of his voice, and additionally, what kind of oils and or soaps does this man use, Chris? What does he smell like?
Dr. Squatch.
Sandalwood.
Yeah.
No, actually, what you would if you got close enough to sniff him, you would notice that it would be somewhat minty. It was almost like he has a natural odor, smelling somewhat like if you were to go to the forest, where you'd see a lot of trees and like almost like a
Disadvantage
picture
for
like of a
2 on the nose. Get out of here. I'm just kidding.
yeah.
Pine tar.
Yeah.
If you rolled around in the leaves, that's what this man would smell like.
So pine straw. Wonderful.
Yep.
Knack. Betsy immediately starts kind of like, you see all of the arcane glyphs around her starting to glow as she's looking at this new threat.
It's a he.
Confused. Could be somewhere in between. Who knows?
uh,
They were just created. All right, they're still figuring things out.
That's true. That's true. Hold on.
Does a
Betty.
skeleton have a gender? Just throwing that out.
I mean,
there on a random
technically,
side note.
like the hip structure and the femur can tell you what biological sex it might have been. Yeah.
Touche. Had not thought about that.
All right, guys, we've made it to anatomy class.
I know.
Actually, this would be more like anthropology. I mean, this is using it.
Well, anatomy is part of the bone structure of the human body.
Okay, but
Anyway,
This is my life.
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna go ahead and activate. I'm going to have one sword with the hilt charging an my Eldritch Blast. I'm gonna activate the Sun Sword to light the whole place up.
Do you want to die?
As I start walking towards him, gauntlets vibrating.
Yeah, shake weights.
Guys,
Sorry.
maybe we should back up a bit. The man only said hello.
Seems like an escalation.
Have you met a single nice person here?
Esmeralda, you guys?
Other than that,
Well, other than everybody I know here, okay, no.
everything else has tried to. Okay, you're right. I'm sorry. You've met 5 people that haven't tried to slit your throat, and the other fucking 200 have tried to eat you, kill you,
Wow.
burn you.
The last stranger didn't even have a head.
Touche.
He
The
didn't
last
say
motherfucker
hello.
didn't even have all his appendages, and he tried
And
to
this
kill
guy's
him.
got a nice voice.
The last stranger we also met was removing people's faces and gluing them on someone else's.
Well, yes.
Anyway,
Point
hey,
there.
auto-tune.
He looks puzzled.
Yeah, Rolex just starts bleeding from the nose. That's one int point lost.
Can
I'm
we,
gonna make that a new rule. Any fourth wall
we
break,
help
you just
you?
lose one intelligence point from your score. Sorry, go ahead.
So Percy is gonna kind of open his arms out, and you'll see his cloak kind of opens up a little bit, and he's gonna hold his staff out. He goes, now, everyone, just calm down. I don't know about you. I'm by no means a trained military commander, but last I checked, if I meant harm, pretty sure I wouldn't have told you I was here.
Oh, the last person actually marched up to us and then cut one of our friends' heads off. So
He's not lying.
While
I'm
laughing,
gonna-
cackling as they approached. So
Yeah, I'm gonna hold the staff and go. Well, it'd be pretty hard to cut someone's head off with this, but God, that'd be kind of fun to watch, wouldn't it?
keep waving that around.
Wasn't waving, I was just looking at it.
Are you alone?
Yes, sir, I am.
What made you approach us?
Well, it's kind of dark out here, and it was couldn't help but notice I'm going to point to the fire, and I saw that, and figured, hey, it wouldn't seem normal to. I mean, God, it's getting awful cold out here. I wouldn't imagine anybody who's having to sit out next to a campfire to rely on heat would. Circumstances have been better in my experience.
Yeah, this place sucks.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been here too long, but yeah, man, I don't know. It's
How'd you get here?
I walked.
From where?
You just walked into the mist.
Yeah, that's a long, complicated story.
Short
Which-
version.
Short version, I get told a lot of stories, and gosh, I just find that if I listen to the story, it typically works out okay, and especially when the person telling you the story happens to be someone you care about, like my mother, and she told me I should go look for the mist, and that's. She's kind of a vague woman, she doesn't do a great job of getting to the point, but she leaves things open for interpretation.
I think she wants you dead.
Yeah, I mean no disrespect. Your mother must hate you to tell you to walk into this
Your
mist.
mother sent you in here?
Well, yes, sir, she did.
Do you have siblings?
I have multiple siblings.
Okay. I'm kind of like, look. Okay. Have you seen anything else on the hillside?
Well, that's actually kind of the reason I approached you. I figured you'd like to be, I don't know, I don't know them and I don't know you, but I could tell you that the three
Them?
people up the top. Well, like I said, I don't know you and I don't know them, but I can sure tell that three people that were just staring at y'all have some pretty cruel intentions, and that doesn't seem.
I'm gonna look over at Knack and be like, Knack, you want to do a flyover?
Wimplo, see if he's telling the truth.
As the undead owl flies into the sky.
What's your name, friend?
Make me a perception check with
Percy, really quick. Percy. And yours?
My name's Rolak,
20.
Rolek.
and I'm gonna take
Good.
like, and I'm gonna like just kind of gesture and be like, this is Dagmar,
Hello.
Hoyt,
Hello.
Knack,
Knack.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a mighty fine name right there.
Rel.
Rel.
Hello.
Awesome.
Knack, I apologize. What is your companion's name there?
Wimplo.
Wimplo is up in the air, seeing if you're on the level, and your non-gender specific
Betty.
companion, Betty. The man, Betty, is the skeleton that's under Knack's control. So it's not one of Strahd's. Do you know about Strahd?
I'm gonna kind of look over at Rolek and look at the rest of the group, and I'm gonna glance over at Betty and be like, well, ain't that interesting? Seen a lot of weird things in my day. And I'm gonna go, Betty. Does Betty acknowledge his voice or his name?
it just
Her
keeps
name?
looking back at you, and you see the little burning points of green light within its eye sockets. But other than that,
I'm gonna kind of just get it. I'm gonna kind of like squint my eyes and look, ain't that something? I'm sorry. What was the question, sir?
Have you heard of Strahd? Dagmar, do me a favor while we're talking. Could you just watch around us and make sure we don't have some people jumping us?
Sure thing.
speaking of people,
I thought you might know those three people. They ain't the quietest of talkers, and they had made the decision, the executive decision. I might add that you looked a little tough for them. They were going to wait it out and see if we make it through the night. Again, I think they also realize the temperature's getting a little low.
What do they look like? Describe. I mean, were they armored? Was their skin pale?
I didn't get a good look at their skin, man, but they definitely had some cloaks on. Looked like had some patchwork type stuff, and nothing fancy. Didn't see any armor, but that doesn't mean they weren't wearing it under their cloaks. But yeah, definitely looked like some patchwork stuff, a little bit of fur here and there. But if I had to describe them the best, I'd say hill people.
Question: how far off the path did we go?
Just a little bit, just enough to get into the lower reaches of the woodwork to actually have some cover from the snow that is definitely just very lightly falling here.
Okay. I want to walk out to the path and magically tinker the clasp on my cloak for light and look down to see if I see footprints of where he might be describing. Since the owl's looking for them, I want to see if there's footprints leading out.
So three things. So first up, as the owl kind of soars above, it does notice three shadows way up the hill, kind of starting to push up further and further up the mountain itself. You, Hoyt, after some searching as they're talking, kind of conceded as well, and Dagmar, you kind of split away from the conversation. So it's really just Rolak, Rel, Knack, and Percy at this point, but Knack is kind of like looking through the owl's eyes, so really just Rolak and Rel. As we lose someone. So welcome to your Salvador Dali painting here. But as y'all
hit the wrong button. Sorry.
Whoops. As y'all can confirm over the next 10 minutes that it seems like this Percy individual, as odd and cheery as he may be within a setting such as Curse of Strahd, is speaking the truth.
Okay, I'm going to deactivate the sun sword. I'm going to walk over with my other sword out, and I'm going to just very slightly just nick the tip of my my thumb, and I'm going to like walk up and put it right to his nose and like squeeze a little blood flow and see if anything changes in his eyes or how he responds.
What if anything changes, Percy?
So I'm going to see this complete stranger whom I have just met walk up to me and try to touch my nose with blood. I'll go, "Whoa, stranger! Hey, listen, I don't know how you do things where you're from, but normally we shake hands."
Well, the fact you didn't try to bite me, and then I will extend my hand. You legitimately don't have any idea about Strahd or vampires or anything.
Well, I'm sure there's this story could be unraveled at a later date. I don't know if right now is the time, but could be. Heck, how much time you got? But, man, I don't know. I have no idea who this Strahd fella is, and quite frankly, you might just call it a divine purpose. With divine purpose, my mom's, God, that would mean I think of her like a god. She's not a god. I don't know. I'm here for a purpose, and my purpose usually works itself out.
Okay, here's the short version. There's a dude whose cheese has fallen all the way off his cracker.
Oh man, I'd love a cracker.
And is smashed. That is, since that appears to be lost, there is a guy who is straight crazy town.
Mm-hmm.
He is a very powerful vampire. Do you know what a vampire is?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Had a few of them.
He has a lot of vampire soldiers that are killing everything they see.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Well, that makes a little more sense why I'm here, yeah.
We are actively trying to stop him before he tries to go on and perform genocide.
Well, that wouldn't be good at all.
No. So we are going up this hill into a temple where he was baptized in blood, we'll call it, to try to figure out more and to kill his mage.
Wonderful. Well, that makes a little more sense now that you mention all that.
Can you fight or do any? No offense, but I don't. I'm gonna kind of look over at Dagmar like, help! Like, I don't think we can just take a civilian with us along.
Would you allow me some flavor here, David, without actually expanding the spell slot?
I have a question. This is for DM clarification. Did you look to Dagmar as an example of someone who can fight, or someone to help out in the social situation? I just wanted to know, like, is this full dick Rolak? Is roll dick 100% tonight, or is it just like a little?
That was me trying to like get somebody else to join in the RP because nobody else was. I
got you. It was just the sequence of grammatical events there was hilarious.
I also just love the idea of Dagmar. Go check that out. Okay, steps away. Dagmar, come back. Okay.
I was just hoping somebody would jump in.
Oh man.
Would you allow me to do something without expending a spell slot, just as an example for flavor purposes only?
You can expend your spell slot, of course.
Never mind.
We're about to take a long rest.
Maybe.
Right. You're totally gonna take a long rest before.
No. So what I'm gonna do is, can I fight? Well, it depends on your definition of fight, sir. I can tell you that on all these journeys, all these purposes, these reasons to find purpose, I have found I have done them alone, and I have. I'm still standing here before you, and can I? Am I familiar enough to be able to tell approximately how old Rolak is? Like from a general, he looks like a 40-year-old man or whatever.
Make me a perception check. I mean, outwardly
16.
he looks like.
14.
I can't. Don't say the words. Do not say the words. He just looks like kind of like a middle-aged, maybe a little bit before middle-aged, young, handsome man. Even though he has kind of the bristly nature of maybe a 50, 60-year-old man telling him to get the fuck off his lawn. But somewhere in between there.
So my response to Rolak is going to be then, I said, listen, man, appearances can be deceiving. I stand before you, what some might consider, I don't know, a 30 or 40-year-old person. I am 65 years old. Which, to be blunt, isn't the same for me as it might be for you, but I wouldn't have made it this far if I, especially doing little excursions by myself, if I wasn't capable of some things. And I can tell you this. I typically go on adventures where you might find bullies, or evil, or hatred, or cruelty, and in my experience, the only way to get rid of them is, well, to block out the darkness with light.
Rolak, be careful. I think he's after you.
And all you're gonna see is I'm gonna use my cantrip of light, and I'm just gonna let the light kind of radiate in front of me, which is, it's not gonna have a source. It's literally just gonna appear like an aura, just kind of radiates off my body, and I'm gonna be like, best way to fight evil.
But I do have some questions for you.
Go right ahead, sir. What's your name, Sal?
Rel.
Rel.
I don't know where you got Sal from. Divine intervention, I imagine.
-1 intelligence.
You said you've come across vampires before. Where did you find them?
Well, that is a much longer story, but long story short, one of the books my mom read to me as a kid talked about these elves that just weren't right. And I moved on, search for them, couldn't find them. And in my search for what I thought, God, it started with a D. I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but they just weren't right. In my search for them, I met one time that was just in the woods, just eating a fella. And it was the weirdest thing I'd ever seen in my life. Just gnawing on him like he was a chicken bone. And I've encountered a few of their kind. They're not pleasant fellas, and if they're here, man, I'd love to, have a little conversation with them. Every good person, my experience, they are really misunderstood creatures.
So you want to interview a vampire?
Don't want to interview, son. It'd be a one-sided conversation, that much I can guarantee you.
Hey, Hoyt. Remember how I asked you if you were going to turn? If you
Do you
want
need me to?
If our new friend for some reason crosses us, you have my blessing to eat him, and I'm gonna just go sit down by the fire.
Well, I think eventually nature's gonna do that. Didn't he say he was 60?
5.
Yeah.
Good God, how did by Lathander's blessing he's here? I'm surprised he didn't fall and break a hip on the way up here.
He also said his mom is still alive. Now, I'm willing to put money on the fact that his mom is actually a corpse in a bed that he still talks to, because his mom has been sending him on some crazy shit, apparently.
Boys,
I'm assuming I can hear every word they're saying.
I'm not trying to hide any of this.
Yeah, we're not trying to hide shit.
Right there. He's right there. Okay,
I'm just gonna look puzzled.
Percy, correct?
Yes, sir.
We've had a really, really hard week. In the
Oh,
last
that seems
week,
like it. That was a big leap, man.
I died. Actually, we'll call it the last 10 days. She died. I died. Another of our friends died, and he dead. And now we are headed up here. So,
Oh, you
If you
lost someone, man. I'm sorry to hear. That's a real hard thing to go through.
One.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure he was a strikingly handsome fella.
I mean, he was in his early days, but the older he got, the more he just let himself go.
Oh well, that happens to the best of us, man. Come on.
Um,
We're standing so close to the fire. I feel like people are getting roasted here.
Hey, this is gonna sound stupid.
that was good.
Oh God, I didn't even catch it till now. Hey, David. This
Hi.
might be a weird time to ask us, but I didn't even think about this. Does the inner light provide warmth?
No.
I can't. I didn't see that anywhere, but I'm curious.
Mhm.
Okay, I was just curious.
I'm just casting
Well,
fireballs.
the problem with LEDs and that kind of stuff is it's just the current that's really warming up the
Oh,
resistance
right,
within
right,
the
right,
things
right,
that
right.
actually built the
I
heat.
gotcha.
All right, well, let's huddle up for a minute. There's new information. There's new information.
Yeah, there's a minus.
Do we want to actually try to sleep here with our new acquaintance, and then head up at first light, or do we want to try to light some torches and head up the mountain and follow? Because wherever those gentlemen were going, I guarantee you they have some shelter somewhere.
Well, our new friend did say they weren't going to attack us. They thought we were too tough. Now, it did sound like something else might attack us out here because they say we might not survive the night.
Yeah.
But we do normally put a watch out, so I'm okay staying here.
All right. Dagmar, what are your thoughts?
Well, I guess first of all, can we all actually see in low light? Do we all have dark vision?
I do. I can see.
I do not, but he's got a sword that creates daylight, so
I'm
helps
going
a lot.
I'm gonna once again look over at my new acquaintance Dagmar. I'm gonna kind of go, as light is radiating from my body.
I mean,
we are sitting by a bonfire, so I'm assuming that bonfire is
yeah.
probably.
A beacon.
sorry, maybe I didn't make myself clear. The
Sorry.
reason why is we are obviously traversing through new grounds that neither of us have been through before, and it's
Right.
cold. And it's very obvious that this is a very common place for hunting grounds, and the last thing we need is for somebody to take the wrong step and step into a bear trap, regardless of the fact of whether or not they can see the dark.
Okay.
It's just the after fact. Actually, can I, with the description of these people, can I ask my good old ghosty friend, the woodsman, if he knows anything about these people?
Make me a history check.
Oh boy.
That's handy.
It is if you decide to
Watching
be
Family
proficient in it
Feud.
that day. Yeah,
Good
15.
answer. Good answer.
You think on it, and you guys see her kind of just zone out for a second, as she seems to have Percy. You can tell Dagmar just kind of like gives an awkward look and then just kind of separates herself from the group, as she seems to just have a conversation with an imaginary friend. As you approach, there's kind of the spectral visage of the huntsman once more. What do you need?
Do you know anything about this area or the people that hunt here specifically?
Mount Kakis. Yes, the wild ones live here. Triblings, those who worship Mother Night or don't worship anything at all. They war against one another and sometimes lead raids against those who find themselves lost in these lands.
I see. Is there anything that we should be wary of, or, I mean, besides them?
Well, the thing that you did, knacked it to the shiny one, that spear that you were talking to first. I think that the inhabitant of that spear once belonged to these tribes. So I think that these are his descendants of sorts.
Good to know.
I don't know what that means for their current practices, but if they were bloodthirsty before Strahd arrived.
His spectral image, the ghost kind of looking around in the darkness.
I don't think this land would have improved their demeanor.
Point. Thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate the info.
Stay safe.
I'll try to, for all of us.
Yes.
I'll come back. So, these are the wild ones. Potentially descendants of the crazy man in Finn's bow.
The what? Sorry.
Good. Sound like hospitable folk.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. We met
The
a
wild
spirit.
barbarian people that thirst for blood.
Well, ain't that swell?
And apparently there's another rival tribe, and they tend to attack each other. If I understood that right?
Well,
David's
No.
giving questioning faces and I'm doubting everything.
Now, when you
Mechanical,
say they
mechanical. You keep
thirst
going.
for-
No, no, no.
When you say they thirst for blood, are you saying they're vampires too?
no, they just like to fight.
Okay.
Like to spill blood, not drink blood. Well, that's not entirely true.
Well, yeah, I was about to say. I don't.
No
I'm gonna go back to my
malnutrition
initial
value?
question because the only thing that doesn't change it much, in my opinion, because if they're living up here, it means they're surviving in these conditions. Which, granted, we could all freeze to death while we're walking, because I guarantee being by this fire is better than walking up that mountain. But, Dagmar, what are your thoughts? Do we stay or do we go?
I don't want to freeze to death. Do we go now? I would prefer to stay and best our odds before we get any further up the top where it's going to get colder.
Murder puppy?
I'm fucking exhausted. I think we need to stay.
Oh god, yeah, I actually have a level of exhaustion, I think.
All right. Bones?
Be clatter in response.
As I'm staring at Knack.
I mean, Betty doesn't speak for me.
Answer the fucking question.
As Betty kind of steps up and just puts a bony finger on your lips. Completely by Knack's will, and then Betty just kind of stands behind him again.
We're damned we do, damned we don't. The way I see it, this fire is a beacon that is likely going to be a dinner bell ringing for something on this mountain, if not the wildlings themselves.
One thing I did
But
forget.
trekking. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I thought you were done. I apologize for interrupting you.
No, you're good. But trekking across a mountain in the dead of night in freezing conditions. Yeah, I don't flip a coin.
I think the vote is pretty much unanimous. One thing I was going to say, David, is when I made that ring, I wanted to make the opening where the bear trap was. So if something was to try to quote-unquote sneak in and try to do it in the most stealthy a way, that would be the path of least resistance, would be to go through the bear trap.
Roger that.
I actually do have a question. Percy, what are you doing on this mountainside and where are you going?
Where I'm going is a great question. What am I doing on this mountainside? Again, great question.
I mean, your mom
best-
told you to, but other than that,
It's not as simple as it sounds. The best way I can describe it is has anyone ever told you a story? And what you found later is the story they told you? seem to come true, and you wonder, well, how the hell could they have known that this was going to happen? I've heard of fortune tellers. I've heard of, people who can give you a guess of what might happen, but it seems like every time she told me a story, what I didn't realize till the end is that the story she had told me I was kind of involved in. And well, as crazy as this may sound, that story included 5 enriching fellas just like yourself. Now, I have yet to figure out if you are those 5 fellas. And madam.
I love that little look down that dagger, just like.
And coincidence maybe. But I don't find any coincidence in things that appear too good to be a coincidence. Yeah, wrap your brain around that one. That was a little confusing. I know.
I have a question. Is there anything
Those
that your mother doesn't say?
What? I'm kind
Wrap your brain around that one.
Yeah.
Well, you got me there, sir. That was you came in hot with that one. I'm gonna have to let me ponder on that one for a moment.
I'm just making sure there's nothing wrong with medulla oblongatus or anything like that.
Oh boy.
Now, does your mother have any kind of
No, I got it.
powers?
Go ahead, sir.
Does your mother have any kind of powers?
I'm gonna kind of. Well, I come from and I kind of hate the term, but I'm kind of considered a half-breed, sir. See, one of my parents was a high elf. Grew up in the woods. Another one of my parents is many names over the years, but most of us have called the Asmir. And we seem to just have a little bit of power built into us from the day we pop out the womb. It's a magical and beautiful thing. But when you mix two beautiful things together, you'd be surprised what you come up with. But I can tell you this: I have yet to hear a story that didn't come true, it didn't come to fruition, or that didn't play out. Not all stories have great endings. Sometimes the story's bad. Sometimes it has a dark and gloomy ending, and God, I go into it hoping that I can change it. Most of the time I can't. I can have an effect. Most of the time I can't. But yeah, you could say she has powers. I mean, heck, one time, you'll love this. One time when I was a little kid, we were sleeping in the trees. There's a bunch of bad stuff on the ground. We were sleeping in the trees, and I went to fall out of bed. And when I fell out of bed, I kind of woke up and I wandered off by myself. And there's a bridge right outside my bedroom door, or outside the house door. Sorry. And as I'm walking on the bridge, there was a loose plank on the bottom, and I slipped and fell about 60 feet to the ground. And before I hit the ground, I felt this wave of just, I don't even know how, this force wave just grabbed me, and something stopped me from hitting the ground. And I look up, my mother was just smiling, and I gently floated to the bottom of the ground. So yeah, other than the fact she's an amazing mother, which in and of itself is a power, she's got a few neat things that I hope I can share with you one day.
I can relate to a lot of that. Some people call us half-breeds. We're just part dragons, but I like to think we're twice as nice.
Oh man, but twice as fierce. I can see it in you.
The last Asimir we ran across was power hungry. Are you?
Well, that's like asking if every dwarf's a blacksmith. Is every elf smart?
I'm a blacksmith. What are you trying to say?
That's where that was gonna go.
Chris pays attention.
That was great.
Just because, sir, have you ever met a mean person before?
You're looking at one. What do you think?
Well, then do you assume every person you meet's gonna be mean? And if so, I feel pity. And I hope
He does. You're wasting your time, Percy.
I hope one day we can work through that together.
In these lands, you
At
learn
that
to
point,
trust no
I
one.
do pull out a ration and I lean back and I start eating.
Oh boy.
Well, I can see here that we're gonna have a couple bridges to cross, me and you, sir. But what I think you need to do is one of these days, I can't wait to break that wall down and we can just be best of friends. But until that moment, there I respect your hesitation and your resilience, but we'll get through.
You'll learn in these lands.
Listen,
you just
to be
don't
fair,
willingly give your trust to people.
when it comes to Rolak, he didn't have the best experience meeting the last member. The guy fireballed him, and it's left a bad taste in his mouth. But we don't have to talk
Fireball, huh?
about that.
Gosh, I've seen that once or twice, but
He's-
man, I
He's been
Hey,
a little
Rolak, I
bristly
think he lumped
since.
us together.
again, to each their own. I'm sorry you had a bad experience with one of my kind before. I hope I can change that.
Okay, well, who wants to take first watch?
I'll
Oh
take
shit,
first
I will.
watch.
I have no problem doing it.
I will help with.
Yeah,
first
we're not
watch,
all going to
but-
go to sleep.
Yeah.
You're not taking a watch, friend.
You guys wake up. Just kidding. You don't. Percy was just
Yeah.
a plan all along.
Yeah.
He unsnaps his staff, and there's a fucking scimitar in there, and he slits all of our throats. Kill Bill, Volume 7.
Oh my god,
All
here's an
right,
idea. You can just break off a splinter off of it and it automatically turns into a dagger or something like that. That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
Just take it as a compliment. You get a full night's rest. You don't need to worry about the watches. All right, Hoyt, you've got first.
Yep, I got first.
Alright, just roll your perception checks as you guys take your long rest. Or try to.
Do we hit the long rest button yet?
Nope.
I'll go second.
Nice.
I
Call them
call
out, by
up
the
a
way. So,
little
Hoyt, what
blood.
did you get?
I got a 16.
Rolak?
I got a 25.
Who's
Who's
taking
third
next?
watch?
Dagmar, you could also take 2 essentially, if you want to, since you
Yeah, that's what I was
meditate.
gonna ask.
Somebody else take one, because
I can
Dagmar only
take one.
needs 4 hours of sleep, right?
Well, that's the thing. Like,
I
I
can
make
take
you guys do 4 because of that reason.
Oh, okay.
So Dagmar could do 2.
Okay.
Do 2. With that
Mhm.
insanely powerful
But-
perception check.
And she rolled.
Oh, yeah! You jinxed it! Oh,
And then I made it a first
I
one.
jinxed it! You only make 1 anyway. So,
okay.
what was the first one
Can I
that you
take
got?
the other one?
No.
Give her
11.
advantage. She had 2 of them.
Caw, you have exhaustion, so
Oh,
it's still
fuck, yeah,
11.
it's still 11.
Oh, shit. I didn't roll with...
You
No,
right.
but she would have
You're right.
technically had her meditation by then, so it would have been the first roll.
Oh.
I'm okay to forgiving her that one, but it's an 11 regardless. Alrighty, Percy,
still
just the last question for you because of who you are as a person. Would you stay up during one of those one of those watches to try to chat someone up, or just take Rolak up on that offer and immediately pass out?
I wouldn't say I immediately pass out, but it definitely would sit there, get comfy, kind of just be aware of my surroundings for a little bit before I finally get comfortable. I don't see myself as being like, well, he said I could sleep, so,
Alrighty.
precisely. And good night.
The one thing that I need all of you guys to do is first take your long rest.
So does that mean I get double spell slots then? Because I mean, like,
I
Yes,
had
yes.
to-
Yes,
That's how that
it
works.
does. Yeah, you have double
It's
spell
in the
slots
ball
now.
books.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. So do all of the bad guys now, but you also do. It's fine. Except they get 16th level spell slots, so
My
Anyway.
exhaustion goes away, right?
it does on a long rest. Mhm.
Sweet. David's ready to drop a bomb on us. Get ready.
No,
Look at
it's
that
just it's
face.
just something that I'm already anticipating. It's gonna invoke I Rolak 100%, no question about it.
As we wake up, so we're awake and we're coming to.
Yeah, the first thing that you guys do, and Percy, your thing will come in right at the tail end of this, but you guys are huddled up, and during the night, even with keeping the fire going during the watches, it is getting bitterly cold here. As we talked about last week, these are extreme cold weather conditions starting to come in. There's actually a light snowfall that started covering and blanketing you guys as you were sleeping there. And with that, at the end of the long rest, I do need everyone to take or make me a Constitution saving throw. Now, instead of making you guys do multiple con saves, as technically how this works, the DC is just going to be greater. So the shitty part for some of you might be that even though you've just lost a level of exhaustion, you might regain it if you don't make the save.
Natural one.
Of course it had to be Drake. If there was a single person that had to get exhaustion from this ability, it had to
I
be
love that it
Drake.
says-
Like, there was
I
not
love
even
that
a
it says
question
Chris.
about it, right? It had to be Drake.
Uh,
Okay.
25.
16.
21.
24.
Nice. As Rolak and Dagmar wake up, they look incredibly grumpy. As both of you guys, Dagmar, you just regain it,
Shaking. Yeah.
and Rolak, you gain it. As both of you guys have a level of exhaustion from just like how bitterly cold it's starting to get.
They're chattering a mile away. She's nothing but skin and bones, anyways.
It's
I-
true. Yeah, there's like
Are we
Betty,
good
and then
to-
there's Dagmar. It's just like just one smidge.
Yeah.
We lost
we
Drake.
good to-
He's like, exhaustion levels, get the fuck out of here. I'm out. It's the one thing that doesn't matter what class you are, what level you are, exhaustion always gets you.
Likely firework and babies.
It's already woke mine up 3 times.
haven't heard
Apologize.
any
We
of
can
it
hear
yet.
Dater.
There's actually a guy outside his house pretending to be a firework.
Perfect.
No,
Would
it's
you
just a 70-year-old man next door to me.
All right, as Rolak kind of wanders off into the woods to relieve himself. Percy, what were you going to say?
I'm going to cast something.
What are you going to cast? And what does your magic look like, Percival?
How dare you, sir?
Hey, I'm technically
this-
playing your mother in this. I'm playing everyone's mother. Yeah.
So in this case, you're gonna see me wake up and I'm gonna kind of stand up and stretch, and then I'm just gonna look at my staff and I'm just gonna hit it into the ground. And as it hits into the ground, you're gonna see a little crack come out from the ground, hit my toe, and then this shaking's just gonna come up. And as the like little cracks are going to be appearing in my skin temporarily, and then you're gonna see just a little bit of luminescent light or luminous light, whatever you want to call it, illuminating from those cracks. And it's gonna look like almost like wrinkles, and then the light's gonna come out, and then the light will just slowly dim and come back into my skin.
Guys.
Now, how does that work? It just says other formula. I don't know what.
No. That
just
just
like that
means
button?
the only thing that you need to know is that at the beginning, because what are you casting for the stream?
Gift of Alacrity.
Very cool spell. So as you cast Gift of Alacrity, for the next 8 hours, whenever you roll initiative, as you're casting that on yourself, yeah?
Mhm.
You are going to get a plus 1d8. So when it is initiative time, roll your initiative as normal, but also
I didn't know if I had to
separate
roll that
1d8.
now.
No.
Okay, I thought I did it now. Okay, cool. Whatever.
Yeah, yes it is, Tyler. Yes, it absolutely is. What do you think? Why do you think I suggested it to him? As that goes on, and Rolak comes back as he's kind of like shaking off the last of his sleep. You guys, Dagmar, get your gutter out of the mind. I see what you did there. You had
Oh,
walked
I'm
into
sorry,
the
where
woods to
have we
pee,
been the
Rolak.
entire stream?
Welcome to Barovia, the gutter of all minds. Yeah, so again, Rolak and Dagmar, you two are suffering from a level of exhaustion as the cold is definitely starting to seep into you guys. But it is once again morning, as there's just like a fog that hangs in this area. It seems to be just stopping maybe some. Well, you can't quite see where the end is, but you hope that it's not going to reach too much higher on this mountain. Percy, as a newest member, I need you to roll me a 1d10.
1d10, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What's that number we don't want?
7.
4.
Who did you give Gift of Alacrity to? Just curious.
Himself.
Okay.
He's what you would call a self-support bard.
Yeah. He only took support spells like blast, 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 blast,
Right.
blast, and a little bit of control.
I'm about to say,
Yeah,
in his
those-
defense, he really don't know us or know what we can do. So
That's true.
That's very true.
He did say
Wish
he's
you could see
solo.
what my
Like
spell
he
is.
has ridden solo for so long, you know. And Rolik did tell Hoy to eat him, so there's a good reason to not give it to someone else.
A bunch of hate being spewed out, man.
Alrighty, you
I
guys.
rolled a 7. I don't know if you saw that or not.
I did. You guys break up your camp, pack things back together, and what's the next move for Sept Imperium?
I do want to ask the group. Go ahead, Jeremy.
I was just gonna real quick, just ritually casting mage armor on myself.
You're once a
Strapping
day.
shield,
Ooh.
enhanced defense on Rolak, and enhanced defense on me.
No, I want Mind Sharpener.
Oh, never mind. Mind sharpener on Rolak, enhanced defense
You
on
don't get
me.
none, son.
You'll get
So-
nothing if you like it.
So I want to walk up towards Knack. But you seem like a fella that might have knowledge of something I might be interested in. You know, in the story my mother was telling me, there was rumored to be I'm gonna say the word staff. I'm not exactly sure if it's a staff, if it's a stick, if it's a wand, if it's a shoe. I'm not exactly sure, but there was an item that was said to radiate a very similar light that you may have seen coming off me earlier, as if it's part of the item itself. Have you heard of anything similar to that?
I know of a sword that does that.
No, I know. No, I do know for it's not a sword. I know that this would be something else. Anything ring a bell?
The only magical staff that I know or have heard of or seen is one that you can get outside of this place, which is the Gaius staff. There is, I know of no other light staff, as you call it.
Wonderful. Well, I just thought I'd mention it to you. Apparently, it's something I'm supposed to be looking for, and I'd love to look at it if we can find it.
Immediately writes down, I'm gonna take Death Staff.
And I said,
Yeah. I'll let you know what I find out.
Thank you.
Do we want to get going?
You all right?
Like, that's not. No. It's cold.
Would you like some more fire around you?
I saw that fireball. I'm good.
No. I can make a bonfire around you if you want.
Tempting, but no. Let's just go, please. Before
Alright.
there's a people come back.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna send Wimplo up to look for those shady individuals.
Make me another perception check with your undead owl, please. Yeah, and that's what you hear as the owl kind of like starts flying above you. Just this little release of long gestating gas outside of this owl corpse. As you guys start walking up the path, and there's every once in a while like a little coming from up above, letting you guys know where the owl is.
This is canon now. He's a farting owl, flying silently, just.
It's the primary form of propulsion on that owl. As you guys are flying about and walking up the path.
Hope we don't run out of gas.
Nice. And yeah, you guys travel on as Dagmar needs to make me a new survival check with advantage if Hoyt is helping out. Are you proficient in survival, Hoyt?
Mm-mm.
Is anyone proficient?
Dagmar shouldn't be doing it anymore. She looks really tired.
Proficient in survival right now with my husband. Is anyone else?
About to say, wouldn't it just be a straight roll at that point?
Mm-hmm.
Half
Straight.
proficient.
Yeah, but yeah.
Got a big old +1 to it.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, well the two of y'all are up. One of you help, the other do it.
Yeah, plus 2 if it helps.
Why don't
Sal, you
you,
wanna-
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you roll with advantage.
I'll be the one everybody hates. No problem.
you want to roll with advantage?
Yeah.
All right, Rel, what did you get?
It's a 19.
Alrighty, as you kind of take Dagmar by the side and try to keep her as warm as you can, and you guys are together kind of like pushing up the path, looking about and going further and further. As an hour passes in the chilly morning air, you guys, after the first 10 minutes, kind of push out of the mist and look down below, and you see the mist kind of gathered around. As you are starting to walk up, I need, after that first hour, everyone to make me another Constitution saving throw. Now, this is not with disadvantage for Rollick or Dagmar yet. You guys are not at that exhaustion level.
Oh, this is gonna get bad.
Yeah, I got a 3.
10.
There's some big oof territory.
14.
16.
Alrighty. Drake and Jeremy, Knack and Rolak, you two barely scrape by as you guys are starting to keep yourself as warm as you can. Yep. Percy with a natural 1, and sadly Dagmar, who has just fallen below the threshold for it. The two of you gain another level of exhaustion.
Another?
I get another.
Oh, I was like, I have one.
Yeah, you're.
I mean, technically another for you just means 1.
Yeah.
Yay.
Another one.
This
Yeah,
is so
but
it's
it gets-
total 100% DJ Khaled territory now.
It gets
Oh,
bad
oh.
when you start getting multiple levels.
Mhm.
Yup.
As
Speed is
you
half.
guys find yourself slowing down, or Dagmar's speed is now halved at
Oh.
second level of exhaustion. She is starting to get extremely blue lips. You can see as the hypothermia is starting to kick in. You guys keep going forward. Rel, you try to keep her as warm as you can as you guys push forward, push forward, push
I would
forward.
like to give her a bardic inspiration.
That lasts for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell how often these are going to happen, which is why I'm trying to figure that
I can just tell you mechanically it's every hour, but you can't just cast
Oh,
it like
no.
in the, or
Yeah,
like
no, I
throw
got
one
you.
out the
I
last
got
10
you.
minutes.
I got you. Never mind then.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Appreciate the nice.
It's
pat
it's a
on the back,
great
but I'm
thought.
still
It's a
cold.
fantastic
Yeah.
thought. But as you guys are starting to move further and further up, the owl finally alerts you that indeed, around the last bend, maybe some 20 minutes of climbing up, seems to be the front edifice, the Amber Temple that you've been looking for. However, also there, which gives you simultaneously a tingling sensation of excitement mixed with primal survival fear. You see bones, not the size of femurs, not the size of a ribcage that would be, I don't know, bears or no, something larger, something much larger. Serpentine in its structure, a head that kind of rises up, tautly stretched across this draconoid bony structure is blue skin that every once in a while kind of crackles with electricity. On the back of this draconic skeleton is strapped a black leather saddle, on the back of which you see a fire red-headed woman sit. As she kind of looks over her shoulder up towards the owl, there's just a predatory smile that seeps across her lips. She just points her little finger and shoots a bolt. As the owl just goes and just explodes. You guys see a little bit of a fireball up in the air. Not a full ball. We need to be clear about the terminology here. This is a firebolt
No,
that
how
just
do we set
incinerates the
spell?
owl. As that is where we're gonna take a quick break and pick it up here in about 5 minutes.
We about to fight
E-break.
a fucking zombie dragon.
Skeletal dragon.
Oh no.
Skeletal dragon. There's no flesh upon this thing.
Okay.
Alright,
Same
we'll see you
fucking
guys soon.
difference.
Bye.
You did say they
a great one to leave it off on.
All right, and we're going back. What a conversation. Sometimes I'm thinking maybe just have the mic hot during the break just to hear the shenanigans.
You know
that these
what?
guys
I
come up
don't
with.
like those flowers, wife. Let's change them.
I mean, that is what Drake sounds like. You got him pegged. Definitely not a generic female. Mm-mm.
I may or
Alrighty.
may not have planned my in-person D&D homebrew game on Wednesday, my wedding anniversary, which my wife just reminded me. Yep.
Nice. What are you gonna say, Clancy?
Noted.
Oh, I was just gonna ask Jason to go ahead and try that one more time. I'll try and work on it. Give the generic wife voice before.
I could give you the Beth Mullins from ESPN if you want.
That's
No, that
exactly
wasn't
what Jason's wife sounds like, apparently. And if you're
No,
watching
it
Jason's
ain't.
wife, this is
I
apparently
just-
what he thinks you sound like. I'm just kidding. Alrighty.
No, that's this. Why don't you do
So
this?
anyways,
Man
I'm
murdered in
exhausted.
an unidentified state due to D&D. Not a first murder caused by D&D. Okay, now I'm gonna have to do some research after the session. Anyways, as we're diving back in, quick reminders. If you guys follow, cheer, and subscribe during this month, you guys are going to enter automatically for a drawing to potentially get a digital copy of one of the 2 new books that is going to be dropping here in the next few months. We just gave away one, so BLT Sandwich 1, you're welcome. All right, that said, as we're delving back in, we have a group of travelers who are not necessarily hounded, but are freezing their butts off. Dagmar sitting at 2 levels of exhaustion, Rolak at 1 level. Everyone else doing okay so far as you guys are pushing up the mountain.
Percy got one.
Oh yeah, Percy got one?
Nope.
Oh yeah, with that natural one, you did get one.
Shut the fuck up, Drake.
That's true, that's true. He's going to drag you down that mountain with him. And as you guys are further going up, your skeletal owl kept a lookout trying to see where this amber temple was. You found the temple, but you also found a little bit more than you had bargained for apparently at the front of the temple, facing towards the temple edifice, the actual front of the temple itself, you see what appears to be, hey, thank you by the way, Flacco. No, that's for Azar. Thank you, Azar. Flacobama? Flacobama? I don't know how to pronounce that one correctly, but thank you for following in the first place. You guys saw that there was a skeletal, essentially an animated skeleton with the skin still stretched taut across it in places, tattered in others, and completely just holy in others. They would probably sell for $200 at the Gap, is what I'm saying. You see that skeletal dragon at the top with a saddle strung across its back and a rider, a woman with fire red hair, pale skin, red irises. As she turned over her shoulder, shot a firebolt and incinerated your owl. You guys are still a little ways around and kind of below the dip of the hill that ultimately leads to the front of the Amber Temple. What, if anything, would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna relay. Hey, there's somebody up there that's gonna really mess us up. It's a vampire riding a giant undead snake dragon thing.
Vampire?
Snake dragon thing?
Mhm.
And you're sure she's a vampire too?
Blood red eyes, blew up my owl. Yeah,
Oh, she blew up your owl?
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry for your loss, man.
Rip,
It's gotta be
went
heartbreaking.
low. Yeah, well, I'll just get him later. It's no worries.
Well, I think we should go talk to her about it.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Well, we
I mean,
did
she
come
is
all
in
the
front
way
of the
up.
temple that we need to go to anyway, so.
I was going to say, or our choice is to head back down. You
I'm gonna
know,
look over at Roll.
I mean, it is warmer down there.
I'm gonna look over at Roll. Like, man, your courage is admirable. I think we're gonna get along just fine.
does anybody need to do anything to prepare before we fight a zombie dragon snake thing with a vampire riding it?
I think I need to put on my optimistic pants.
How far are we from this? Can we? Did he relay that? Is there a way to tell?
You guys are quite a ways away from it, like 300-400 feet. You guys will have to actually climb around the road and make your way up there. So it's not like
Let me
an
prepare an
immediate threat, so to say.
Would you allow me to prepare an action then?
What would you like to prepare? Because it's a spell, then you're gonna have to cast it.
Yeah, I'm aware. I'm trying to figure out where it's listed in here.
6 seconds,
right.
as long as you can hold an action.
6 seconds?
That
Yeah.
is correct.
Remember just from the other night, an action is 6 seconds. So if we got to walk all the way up there, yeah.
I'm trying to plan something right before we get into initiative. So
Oh, what are you trying to plan?
Radiant Soul. The passive ability.
Mhm.
Well, not passive, but you get the point. So whatever, we'll just move on without it. We'll be fine.
Right, sounds good.
I will cast Aid, though, because that lasts for 8 hours.
Yeah.
On Rolak, Hoyt, and... Who else wants it? Rel. Okay, done.
So I will then cast Aid and cover the rest.
All right, I'll get that taken care for you guys.
What is this?
And I will cast Aid 3 times on myself. Does it work that way? Does it stack?
Oh, absolutely.
And I will
for
cast
you,
Aid.
anything.
Wait a minute.
You get an Aid, and you get an Aid.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So
We've all got AIDS.
So do these stack? Is that
Oh
what that-
no!
No, Chris. No,
Jesus Christ.
no.
Barovia,
Chris.
no!
We're just fucking around, and also.
Oh,
dark
I
joke.
was just curious.
Dark joke.
Current hit points.
I am HIV positive they don't stack.
And we went lower. We found a new low, everybody. Everybody, if you have not followed along, the race to the bottom has begun, and Drake is in the lead. We are on our way. The barrel is there. All right, as we're going back in, and the aid starts to radiate through all of you guys. You guys start walking up the path, and as you round it, you see that
God.
it ultimately leads to the front of the facade of the temple itself. As I'm trying to open my notes, and they do finally open. You see
Is
the
the
road
dragon
fades
gone?
away under a covering of snow, but it takes you far enough to see the facade of some kind of temple carved into the sheer mountainside ahead. The front of the structure is 50 feet high and has 6 alcoves containing 20-foot-high statues. Each statue is carved from a single block of amber and depicts a faceless hooded figure, its hands pressed together in a gesture of prayer. Between the 2 innermost statues is a 20-foot-tall archway with a staircase leading down. However, what draws your eye more currently as you guys are walking upon the path, and what's the marching order here? Just generally like hypothetically speaking, how would you guys want to be arranged in this? I'll tell you
I'll go
what
up front.
why don't we even make it a little bit easier, and I'll just drop you guys on the map, and then you guys just do it yourselves.
That's so convenient.
I know, it's like VTTs were made
why
for
would-
that. Isn't it
Why
crazy?
would we need a map? I thought this was
Oh
the
my
end of
god, look at the murder puppy
So-
up there.
Would you allow me to cast Radiant Soul now?
Well, it's not a cast, but you can certainly activate it if you'd like.
Well,
Oh no.
terminology. Sorry. Would you like me to activate Radiant Soul now?
Would I like you to? Absolutely.
Would you
not.
allow me
Would
to?
you
Sorry.
like to? Absolutely. I'm just being a dick to poor Chris for no reason.
I
I would
can't
like to-
move. It says it's not my turn.
Yeah, same.
I would
Oh,
like to
interesting.
cast Armor of Agnes on myself. Is that okay?
Hold on. Just meta knowledge. The temp HP can't stack, can it?
Temp HP does not stack, but
Oh,
8
true,
gives you
true.
actual more
That's right.
max and max HP. So your current changes, your max changes, but temp HP can stack on top of that specifically. So it stacks with 8, but not with other temp HP.
Copy that. Just wanted
And
to
I'm
make
gonna, as we were walking up, I wanted to cast Long Strider.
Nah, Rolak, you guys are coming up the path. There's no optimal placement. Also, y'all, I'm so sorry about this wonky ass map. Be mad at Michael Schley and Wizards of the Coast for this one. For this, like, anyone who makes 10-foot maps should just be
Yeah.
slapped. Because come on,
What you need
people,
to move?
nobody
Okay,
plays
yeah,
with
that's what
10-foot
it is.
square maps. Nobody.
Would you
Alright.
would you allow me to describe Radiant Soul?
Sure.
Okay. So the jacket, the cloak I'm wearing, what you're gonna hear is it's gonna sound like similar to lightning. It's more of just a crack of, or similar to thunder. Sorry, it's more gonna be like a crack of thunder, and then this beam is gonna come straight down from the sky, hit me, and then as you're gonna see the jacket fly off as the wings appear on the back, and they're bright white, almost like white hot metal glowing wings are gonna pick up. I'm gonna hit the staff on the ground, and as I hit the staff on the ground, the beam will disappear. The wings will stay there. I'll be like, "Well, Barovia, you said?" That's what this place is called?
Yep.
I guess welcome to Barovia. And the jacket will stay on the ground.
Alrighty. As you guys do a battery of different arcane and other effects, you see the woman has kind of slipped off of the back of the dragon and just kind of lands in the snow. Behind her, you see 5 more of these individuals in the ragged clothing, the barbarian-like aesthetic to them. And next to one, you see a large direwolf just kind of sitting on its haunches, looking with interest as everything is happening. As the woman has slid off, you see upon her, she's actually wearing what appears to be this, it almost looks like a stylized full plate armor, but as you get closer, you can see the glints and the supple movements in it. This is actually some kind of leather armor that she's wearing. As she kind of goes off of the end and looks at all of you guys. Oh my. Are we gonna fight? Is that what this is about? And she just points back behind her at the dragon. Oh, you really do. Well, I think I have to run. And Brutus here is gonna have to stay with me as you see the serpentine neck of the Draco Lich kind of come towards her and kind of nuzzle her a little bit. She just puts a loving hand along the bony ridges of the eye socket and the like. We have other places to be, but fortuitous timing, wouldn't you say? I really do wish I had the time, but these people here would be more than happy to play with you if that's what you're looking for.
I don't think we came here to play, although your armor is immaculate. Who is the crafter of that?
Oh, I am. It's actually made out of just the most supple humanoid flesh that I could find, stitched together and dyed myself, and then magically incured. It is a marvel. If you want to spend more time chatting about it, maybe you could do that. But first, you probably will have to survive. Well, I do have to run here soon, so... She kind of looks behind as you see all of these hard-looking individuals, definitely having lived on the mountain for a long time, just kind of ringing great axes in their hands. She goes, "Don't be too rough of them, on them." Language. But with that, I do have to run. But you there, Sir Dwarf, what's your name?
Hoyt, what's your name?
Oh, my name is Olivia. And believe me, it is a name you're going to come to love. Right.
I already do, ma'am. I already do.
Good. I wouldn't want it any other way.
I turn and look to everybody else with a frown on her face and slightly shake my head. No.
As you see the individuals behind her, these mountain folk get more and more grim as they kind of like sense the battle. You guys are kind of going off against them. Whatever abilities only took a minute start to wear off at this point, just so you know. Everything else should be okay, but the Radiant Soul might have been a little premature, just gonna say. As she starts climbing back onto her dragon there. And you see the thing kind of looking about. Don't let them into the temple, remember the rules, and if you die, well... And she looks back towards you, Hoyt. There's gonna be a little surprise.
Bye, Livia and Brutus.
Toodaloo! As you... The dragon just with a massive beat of its wings, even though they're tattered and broken, they look like a ship's sail that has gone through a terrible storm. It somehow seems to find purchase in that and starts flying upwards and just kind of starts hovering there for a moment as she goes, "Oh, and if you do make it into the temple, by the way, good luck." And then just flies off.
Off chance question, just out of curiosity, is that the undead dragon, like the undead version of the dragon that we saw in the book from the
Make me a quick history or arcana check.
Boy.
Up to you.
Let me tell you,
I was just going to ask,
save them both.
since I've been in a lot of the readings, but not all the readings, have I seen her before? Like in the past visions or anything?
We'll get to... You mean Olivia? Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. But Dagmar, to answer your question, you are actually fairly certain that this blue-skinned Dracolich does not fit the description of the dragon that you guys have seen multiple times. For even the order itself is called the Order of the Silver Dragon. It seemed to have been a goodly metallic dragon as opposed to a chromatic dragon, which is this. So you think that these two must be not related, for as far as you can tell. To answer your question, Rolak, as you see Olivia kind of fly away, you do remember a comment from Ganon when he talked about a vision that he had received after the weird mind block that was upon him had been broken, that a woman with fire red hair had experimented upon him, which ultimately made him believe that he was a minotaur.
Yeah.
You see a tall man kind of approach with the puppy, and you see some individuals kind of starting to fan out about you guys as they all are ringing their weapons, and he goes,
My name is Halvar. I protect this mountain, and you will go no further. The temple is not yours. This belongs to Strahd.
Belongs to me now.
you start fanning out further.
I'll only say this once. Walk away now and none of you will ever see home again.
This is our home.
As he rings his own great axe and kind of looks towards the deep black midnight wolf. That's gonna be that's gonna be an initiative roll. So as we go into initiative there.
Just quick question from a player to a DM.
Mhm.
In conversation, we never can have a surprise attack if while the other person is talking, we take a shot or something like that?
Correct. Because otherwise I could do that, and then the shenanigans that come out of that would be ridiculous. Like, I activate something, it just triggers combat at that point. As you kind of like starting to gather the energy for Eldritch Blast, that is what kicks off battle.
Out of curiosity,
So first, roll your initiative, and then roll a separate D8, and I manually add it in.
Mm-hmm.
We got some good rolls this time.
No joke.
For once. Wow, Percy's killing it. Okay, I take that back. Percy, you suck.
That's
Nah,
still 21.
Still 21. I mean, it's still the first.
I just
Maybe.
noticed I am missing a very key spell, by the way.
What are you missing?
Hypnotic pattern.
All right, I went off of your stuff on D&D Beyond, so is
It's
it
on D&D
there as
Beyond.
well?
I see it. Yeah. This seems odd
Man,
that the stats.
I wish the music wouldn't cut out. I keep forgetting there's even music.
It's it might be server side for you or client side for you.
Yeah, what I have to do is I have to go into the Foundry tab and then I have to like adjust the volume and then it starts playing again.
God, I forgot these are 10-foot tiles.
Damn, are they really?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. He was talking about like he hates 10-foot tiles. It makes measuring and stuff like and everything just weird.
But if you notice, you can actually move your character within that block.
That was what I was jacking with. You can literally move all around the squares. Yeah.
I see it, dude. Thank you.
Did we just pretend we're all large creatures?
You know, I
Maybe
was
it'll take
so
10-foot
tempted to
tiles.
do that for a second, and then I realized, like, ugh, it's just going to be a complete mess if we do it like that. Alrighty, as combat kicks off, you see Rolla kind of starting to gather his Eldritch Blast energy. You see one of these men starting to rush. Let me see. Over yonder towards you, Rel, and is going to make some attacks against you.
Oh, that poor guy.
Yeah, I know, right? Alright, first attack. He attacks recklessly as he cuts into you. That is going to be, but rolled complete shit. 4 points of slashing damage against you, and he takes 10.
15.
Alrighty. As he kind of like takes the damage, you see he certainly takes it, but he is not a gentle person. As he takes, weak of constitution. He strikes into you again. That's another 9 points of slashing damage. And you, this time, do take... No. A little bit remains still as he takes another 15. Alrighty. That brings us to the dire wolf, which is going to rush forward. Towards you, Hoyt. Let me see something, actually. Nah, it's going to go towards Rel. Because this is actually a smart puppy and is going to try to make a bite attack against you, Rel. It is going to be another hit, another 5 points of piercing damage, and another 15 damage done to the puppy.
I just want to caution you, David, or not to caution, to maybe pause a brief second before you announce if it's a hit in order for me to... I'm not saying I would have used it there, but just for future reference.
Roger that.
If you think that's fair.
That is. Also, would you mind being a little bit more centered on the frame there? You 100% off on that one. I get it. I'll move it over a little bit for you.
He was just showing off his clavicles.
I mean, they're nice clavicles. Hey. Put those away.
Jeremy. No,
I don't know. You got to do some jumping jacks. If they're not, if I see your
fingers as
clavicles,
I
you
look
cannot
over
leave the
to
house,
see.
young man.
Oh.
I will tell you to stay inside.
Jesus, it is like fucking
not know you were a
Somalia
clavicle
outside
man
right
there,
now in my
Jay.
house.
I was laying in bed the other night. And I told my wife, I was like, all these fireworks that's going off. Imagine in some countries, that's not fireworks.
Yeah.
Yup.
True that.
All right, Percy, it is your turn.
Okay. Was I able to distinguish whether or not they appear to be undead or just normal hill people?
They appear to be normal people, whatever you define that as.
Yeah. Okay. On that note, what I'm going to do is attempt to back one of them off. Actually, no. I'm going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on. Oh, these are 10-foot squares, actually. Just want to make sure. Sorry.
Yeah, you good. Yeah, it's...
No, so actually what I'm going to do is attempt to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter. I'm going to move here. Here. Okay. I'm going to attempt to take this one. And I will cast it.
Oh yeah,
kinda
Big
look
Mike
at it.
Sports. That's exactly what they were supposed to be for, but sometimes shit doesn't work the right way. Alrighty, go ahead and Tasha's, and then...
I'm just going to look at him and be like, put a shirt on. Jesus, weird flex, bro.
You'll just have to be right here, but no worries.
It was kind of hard to tell.
Yeah. Essentially, that's how you can do, like, with the corners. That's what I
Yeah.
had to kind of, like, think about with the wolf, too. To have it, like, be in that weird odd square. Once again,
That
thanks,
wolf
Mike.
is
for,
large, right?
The wolf is large, yes. As this man is going to try to make a save and fails. Alrighty, as you start maintaining concentration on that reversible.
That will end my turn. Nope, no, it won't. Bardic Inspiration on Rail.
Ready, go ahead and expend it.
Huh?
Go ahead and expend it.
Oh, I didn't hear what you said, sorry.
Alrighty, as you kind of reach out and you see...
It is a
Percy say
D6, or D8, by the way, not a D6.
that. It should say D8 on there.
It says D6 at the top and D8 at the bottom.
It says
Sounds
Song of Rest is a
D8 at
D6,
five.
and your Bardic Inspiration is a D8.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, am I reading that wrong? My bad.
It's all good.
Jesus Christ, my chair just...
Alrighty. As you expend the inspiration towards your bestie, Rel, it is your turn.
What to do? All right, let's get a little damaging here. I'm gonna cast Flame Spear, and I want to put it
Put a ring on it.
right there,
Alrighty.
and I want to hit this guy right here with it. I want to like move it, crash it into him, so he takes the damage.
Let me
Didn't realize
double
just
check on
be-
the things that you can do right on that turn.
I do want to just advise you, you. I don't know if you know this. You might not. If you're casting a spell and you have a bardic inspiration, you can apply it to the damage of magical inspiration.
Okay.
Just fun fact.
Fun fact noted.
Is that an attack roll only?
Spell
It's,
only.
I believe it's
Spell.
this is a saving throw.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's a spell. That's why I was getting it.
And then I will quicken Green Flame Blade. And I will hit the Barbarian with it.
You get advantage because
With
he was
advantage
reckless.
because he went reckless.
Because that's
Yes.
casting the sphere is an action. That's why. It's a bonus action to move it thereafter, but it is an action to cast it the first time.
Can I cast it like right on top of him or no? Okay. So I guess I won't move it on him. I'll just leave it there. And then I'll use my bonus action to quicken a Green Flame Blade.
Ready. All right, go ahead and just make your attack roll and then roll the other stuff after.
Make sure to hold alt.
Why for advantage?
Because he got attacked
attacked.
He went
recklessly.
reckless.
He went reckless.
Oh, that is right. Alrighty, as you strike down, alrighty, doing a little bit of damage there. And you marked off the sorcery point, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's 2 actually.
Yep, sure is.
Okay, it's marked off.
Alrighty. Knack. I'm guessing, Rel, is there
Nah.
anything else that you want to do?
I just want to clarify. So it's 15 damage to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the damage jumps and hits the other guy for a certain amount.
Yeah, plus your mod.
Now, I also have, at this level, Draconic Sorcerer, I add my
link
Charisma
ability.
modifier. So, let's see where I haven't checked it. I can find it on D&D Beyond.
Hmm. Alrighty, let's keep it moving. Send me that thing on the Discord
go ahead.
chat. Do you stay where you're at, or do you move on?
Yes, I'm going to stay where I'm at.
Alrighty, Knack, it's your turn.
Alrighty, so I'm going to
5, 10, 15, 20, 25 is right there on that top left corner.
so I'm gonna move over there. And then I'm going to actually I should have okay, good, yeah, within 30 feet. Well, I guess then before I do that, I'll here and then cast haste.
I did link it in there.
Alright, so that's actually sounds good. Hold on.
So
Alrighty. Alright, Wolf took oh no, that's to the dude, right?
Yeah.
Alrighty. He's starting to look toasty. Alright, haste on.
Rolak.
What? I would have never guessed that. Jeremy buffing Drake? What?
Our damage dealer?
I don't know. So far, Rel has done a pretty good, like that's 45, 60, 70, like 80 damage so far. Alrighty, you cast haste on Rolak.
That, and then I'll slide it back over again, and that'll be it.
Alrighty. Are you moving just 5 feet over?
Yeah, it was like 25 and then 5 feet over.
Boop! As you kind of move on back.
As I'm like running away, I'm like,
Alright, Dagmar, it's your turn.
Alrighty. We're gonna start off with Blessing. both Hoyt, Rolak, and Rel.
The blessing.
The blessing. So good old D4 there for you guys. And then I'm gonna. Is aim a bonus action? Considering I'm not firing this turn, or sorry.
You mean steady? Yeah. So it only affects the turn that you do it in. So doing it now is not going to have any effect.
Not gonna work. Okay.
But you could dash as a bonus action to get somewhere else. You could do anything like that.
These are 10 foot squares.
Mm-hmm.
I'll move 30. I know that's not like
Alright,
bonus action draft.
Bonus action dash, and you're like trying to like get through it, but as your exhaustion is just like completely washing over you. Rolak, it's your turn.
So I could go.
Where do you want to end up? I think that's gonna be the easiest way. Like on that side.
I'm trying to measure this. So
5,
that's
10, 15, 25, 30. You could try to.
I'm trying to flank the near dead one.
Sounds good.
Well, actually, no, he's near dead, so I would. That would be a waste. I think I also measured if I go 5, 10. I think I can get behind the wolf.
5.
Is that correct?
Well, 5, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, you could make it right there.
Yep, that's where I want to go.
Alrighty, I got you. I'm gonna move you guys during this battle just because, or like in
Thank
this
you.
area because it's gonna be a wacky
I've been trying. I was
situation.
trying to do the math, and I was like, I think that works out, but I wasn't 100% sure.
You're totally fine. 10-foot squares, man. 10-foot squares. They're hard.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I kept double clicking on my character like 30 times, and then realized it's on my second window. So I'm gonna go ahead and bonus action. I'm going to just let the dark mist
Your
flow over
speed
my
is
body.
doubled, by the way, so you would have way plenty
Oh,
of
okay,
time
cool.
to get there.
Well-
Forgot that haste gives you double speed.
Well, bonus action. I'm gonna let the dark energy flow over me, and then I'm gonna start. I'm assuming I'm flanking, correct?
Yep.
On puppy.
Is that you, Palpatine?
As there's kind of the light of the sword that comes out, but as the shadows start to swirl around you, they actually seem to seep into the light. It still seems to give out a light, but it's weird. It's grayish. It's almost like there's a darkness seeping out of it at the same time. As you strike down and strike into the puppy, that is good damage on it. You look upon it and you can see that this puppy seems to be a little bit rougher and more harder your stock than the ones that you fought so far.
So
Was
I'm
that a
swinging
30
again.
on your attack roll?
Yeah, it was. I don't know why I clicked the wrong button there. I apologize.
No, you had a natty 19 in there, plus charisma bonus from having a packed
Bless
weapon, plus bless. Yeah, there's a whole lots of shenanigans on there. And thank you for the follow, by the way. All right, as you strike in for another hit. Alrighty, as that also affects the puppy.
And one more time. Ooh, I don't think a 12 is gonna hit.
Why are you attacking with the Sun Sword 3 times?
I'm hasted.
Oh shit! I take it back 100%. That one is going to be a miss, sadly.
Yeah.
As just like you're just cutting in left and right. Do you have both swords out or just the Sun Sword right now?
I have both swords out, but I can't attack with my bonus. I can't attack with my offhand because I used Spirit Shroud as my. But
Roger.
To make sure my armor would appropriately pop up. Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
exactly. It should be one higher than it shows up right now, so just remember that.
Mhm.
I think I'll just put a different macro in there to make that convenient. Oh, wait, I want to see something. Ooh,
It's
that
my
would be
turn,
so
sir.
cool if there was there. Nope, of course not.
And
Alrighty, that
plus
brings us
2
to...
as well from haste.
Hoyt, yeah, that one is already calculated in. All right, Hoyt, you're technically in punchy zone with the wolf, just so you know.
Am I in flanky zone though?
No.
Can I move to the right and be in flanky zone?
Yes.
Alrighty, so we're in flanky zone. Alrighty, here we go. Punchy punch. Nope.
You roll with disadvantage. You have to hold
Oh,
alt.
yeah.
What I can
Whoops.
do though now is just put a flank on you guys. And then now you just have automatic advantage as you try to make a roll.
All right, would you say that one just missed the first one?
No, that was a
Pretty
natural 18, so that is absolutely a hit.
All right.
You roll disadvantage. That's what's showing on 13.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to punch him again.
Alrighty, 17 is also a hit.
And that will be it.
Nothing as bonus?
Oh, yeah. Let's do that young defensive shield.
That's what I figured.
Click it wherever I can find it. Oh, there we go. Boing.
Alrighty, as you actually should get equal to your level, so that should be 7 temp HP as the field kind of springs out from around you and starts protecting you. Alrighty, as I finally get to go too, because they rolled like fucking shit. Alrighty, this fucking guy right here, just goes running directly at Percy. Just running extremely fast. This is just ridiculous how much of speed he's able to put in as he sees you kind of do something to the guy who's currently just laughing his ass off on the ground, reels back, and just also recklessly is going to make some swings against you. Actually, let me check something. I take it back, for he is actually holding a battle axe in one hand and a shield in the other. The first thing he's going to get to do, which is ridiculous because other people can't do it quite in that order, is try to strike you with his shield. Let's see. Let me see something really quick. Even with your shield spell, that's going to be a hit on you. So, no need to expend shield.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying.
I'm just saying. All right, as he strikes into you, you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage. Percy, go ahead and make me your Constitution saving throw to maintain concentration on hideous laughter. Alrighty, that you do. However, next I need you to make me a strength saving throw.
Oh, that's not good.
Trying to knock your ass down.
That's not going to go well at all.
Oh, yes, it is!
You somehow, by the terrible expression of the skin of your teeth, you kind of like get hit right in the face. You're like,
Hey guys, that's my dump stat.
Look at him, old man
you can all
legs.
see that
Look at him.
-2 on that save.
We
As
saw.
it's just like, there's blood kind of running down that beautiful Azamar face of yours. However, you're still standing up. You're like, that wasn't very nice. As he's like, and tries to strike into you some more. Alrighty. Next attack is going to be another hit, cannot be turned aside. For 6 points of slashing damage, go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw. Ooh, barely maintaining concentration on it. And here's the last attack.
Mother.
Jesus Christ, another one. Another hit. As this one does 11 points of slashing damage.
Will shield help that one either?
He got 3 natural numbers that are high enough to get over that. But in any case,
He's the boss of these guys.
yeah, as he's trying to strike
Tony
down you,
Danza.
What gave that away?
Samantha!
I think I already counted that off. Go ahead and make me another Constitution saving throw to maintain concentration. This is the last one. Woo! Barely, once again. Alrighty.
That's hair on his chinny chin chin.
Mm-hmm.
we're
Tertius
coming.
hit his
coming,
laughter.
Percy.
Does he get another one at the end of his turn, Percy?
I don't remember. Let me double check.
Yep.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
end of each of its turns.
Makes another save, and natty 4. Alrighty, that brings us to this guy. This fucking guy. Also, the thing that you guys notice about these guys is that they seem to run extremely fast towards you guys, like have stupendously high movement speeds to get at you, and is going to make attack against you, Knack. That is also going to be reckless. And when you hit reckless, sometimes you hit a natty 20. which he does, which means shield is not going to be able to turn that aside. I'm sorry, Jeremy. Let me place you a little bit better. There we go. As he strikes into you, that's going to be 18 points of slashing damage, Knack. Go ahead and make me Constitution saving throw to maintain concentration on haste. Here we go.
About to get stunned.
There's a chance. There's a non-zero chance.
Oh,
What is it with all these
I
natural
held-
aids to barely
He's
squeeze
I
damn
held
by?
chance.
shift
That
instead of
is-
alt. I held shift instead of alt for advantage that I should have had, but that works.
It does work. Oh my god, my man.
At least you're a
Alrighty.
Warcaster. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
God.
Warcaster is nice. Alrighty, cool. In that case, that is the first. Second attack is also going to be a hit, but let me double check. What's your doodle-doodle-doo? I have that right here. Yeah, even with
13.
even with a shield spell, that's going to be a hit on you. And another 5 points of slashing. Make me one more con saving throw. And
Good
the
thing you're a Warcaster, because there was a one on
that
there.
was so close. That was
That
so
was a
close.
stanky one right there.
Alrighty, as that brings us to the last Berserker. Who is going to, let me see if he can. He's going to be able to make it actually all the way over behind Rolak. So that cancels out advantage now for pretty much everyone in that fight, and is going to recklessly attack at you, Rolak. Wow, natural 1, natural 3. Whoo, that would have been a lot of damage. Second swing. A little bit higher, but thanks to the haste, as you kind of have the blade coming in at you, you just almost feel your knack senses tingling as you just go, ah! It's like, what the hell just happened? As the blade just flies over your head. Alrighty, that brings us back to the top of the
Haste
initiative.
gives me what, +2 to my armor?
Mm-hmm. So you should be at...
because I should be at 20, but it says 19.
Alright, this guy now... Actually just moves on over here and is going to make attacks against you, Rel. First attack. That's going to be a hit for 10 points of slashing damage.
Shield
No
flip?
more arms. Let me see what
Does
you're
shield
at right
help?
now.
Does
What's
shield
your
help?
What's your flat AC right now? 19, right?
19.
It will help if you want to cast it.
Alright, we're gonna shield that bad boy.
Alrighty. Hey, you guys using your spell slots, I'm all about. Alright.
I think
Next.
we're about to go into a dungeon crawl. Cough, cough.
Yeah, I know.
Don't worry about it. Just...
And we learned last time that David is totally cool with us taking lots of short rests. He doesn't like actually rage at us.
No, there's no wandering anything that's going to get you guys while you guys are trying to take a long rest in the middle of a spooky house. As you guys see, there's just like a shower of red sparks exploding out twice as the guy tries to strike against that shield spell, but fails already, which brings us to the
Murder
puppy.
puppy.
It's gonna have to. Alright, it's going to make its bite attacks against good old Hoyt. The first one is a miss. Second attack is actually a hit. Alright, Hoyt, you end up taking 5 points
What?
of...
Can I... Oh, never mind. You already said it's a hit. Never mind.
Sorry.
You're fine.
5 points of piercing damage. So not a whole lot. Alright. Sorry, I'll have to get used to it as a DM too.
No, I understand.
That's the thing that's... It's hard with the lore bards because it's like...
No, I understand.
May I go, Chris? Can I go now? May I proceed? You know, it's the one dynamic on that one. All right, Percy, it is your turn. You've got a big guy in your face. What would you like?
Do you count Misty Step as a leveled spell? I know we briefly talked about it.
Does it consume a level of a spell
It's a
slot?
bonus action, but I didn't know
No.
if they
Does it
considered-
consume a spell slot? Does it have a level of a spell
No.
in its description?
No, I can use it for free once. So I didn't know if you count that as a...
It is still a level spell. It is
Okay.
still a spell. Just because you can cast it once for free doesn't mean it's not a level spell.
Okay. So that'd be 5, 10, 15, 20. Can I go here? Mark, there we go.
you're gonna get an attack of opportunity. You get 2 attacks of
If I
opportunity.
cast Misty Step?
Oh no! If you cast Misty Step, you'll be good.
Yeah, so that's all I want to do. I'm going to cast
All right,
Misty
go
Step.
ahead and
and I
cast
wanna
Misty
upgrade.
Step with your innate ability. Below Hoyt or to the left of Hoyt?
I'm trying to zoom in. Where I'm at is accurate. And then I would like to.
Thanks, Big
Got
Mike.
it. I would like to give a bardic inspiration to Knack, please.
All right.
No, that was my bonus action. I can't use 2 bonus actions. Never mind. Ignore me. Sorry.
That's true.
I will like to. What's it called? I'm sorry. I got a whole bunch of spells I'm not used to. I've never been this high level.
You good?
Features.
You can't cast any other leveled spells. So you
No,
can
no,
ignore
I know,
all of
I know.
those.
Yes, correct. It's the.
You can just do a cantrip, right?
No, I'm trying to put that freaking thing on me that I can heal myself. I can't find it in my book. It's a racial ability.
Oh,
under-
healing hands.
Yes.
yeah.
It'd be
I'm trying
under
to find it.
features. It's under
Yeah.
features, not spells.
No, I know. Healing hands, healing hands. There's a shit ton of stuff in here. Yeah, healing hands. That's what I want to hand, but I'm not seeing
It's
it.
the second thing. It's the top of your active
Oh, it's up
abilities.
top. There we go. There we go.
Alrighty, as you heal for 7.
Yep.
You can
And that would be it.
teleport away from the guy as you touch yourself, and there's healing energy that just kind of suffuses your body for a second.
That would be my turn.
Alrighty, which brings us to Rel.
Alrighty. As a bonus action, I want to hit that wolf with the ball.
Alrighty, sounds good.
And then,
It saves. Does it take any damage if it saves? Remind me real quick.
yeah, I think so.
Still half.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, half as much in a successful save, so. Let me roll it. Oh, wait. I used the
Sorry,
spell
one
slot.
thing that I forgot, it would have stepped over. Makes no difference otherwise, but then you slam it back into it.
It would make a difference. I would get an attack of opportunity, no?
No, because that square is technically still being threatened by you. So because it
Okay.
counts as 4
Okay.
squares. Like
No problem. No
that
problem.
is one.
So he takes half of 7.
Alrighty.
And then I will cast
Man, the shit is piercing.
Green Flame Blade on the nearly dead guy.
So make your attack roll first.
Yep.
He attacked recklessly, didn't he? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alright, go and roll your d8. Alright, as the fire cuts into that, and that is going to be enough to kill the guy as you... He just gets turned into a human torch. The green flame just starting to consume his corpse as he drops onto his knees.
And now that wolf is still in my melee range, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I will just stay there for now.
Alrighty. Nicophorus Rex.
All right, so I am going to
Real quick, where's
cast,
Nax zombie chick?
Oh shit, yeah.
Oh,
She was
Betty.
just told to stay way the fuck behind.
Betty's apparently down the hill still.
Ugly Betty's at the
Our
campsite.
necromancer still doesn't have a fucking thing? Come on, Nack. Shit.
The thing starts coming back in here. It grows to large size because that's what happens when you drop it like that in a VTT.
I was like, oh, his girl's here. She's huge.
Yeah, she works out.
Go ahead and roll initiative for Betty.
Serendipitous.
Right after you.
A skeletal alchemist. Ooh, I'm intrigued.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh boy.
Actually, full bone, full calcium alchemist.
Drink your milk, children.
Okay, I am going to cast Shocking Grasp on the man who's been beating me to death.
As you try
It's
to.
with advantage because he's reckless.
That is
Yeah.
true.
Oh, well, I didn't think about that.
Not much better. Not much
Nope.
better. Not much better.
Nice try.
Hey, at least I got your summon on the board.
1 and a 3. I am rocking and rolling, baby. All right. Oh, so I guess I'll be here, and so I will say, Betty, get into position and lob acid at this fool.
Clatter, clatter, clatter. You get a response. Alrighty. That's it. Nothing as a bonus.
I don't know. Nope.
Alrighty. As Betty
I
kind of
crit.
clatters over, and let me double check. I just want to make sure the range on that one. Okay, that's what I thought.
120.
And is going to try to lob it into that area there. There's going to be a little bit of cover because, I mean, Betty's really trying hard not to hit you.
That would be yes.
Okay, the first one is an 18. Let me double check something on Reckless. I just want to make sure if it's all attacks or just melee attacks. I think it's all attacks. All attack rolls, yep. All right, she got a natural 18. I just want to see if she gets a nat 20 by accident. Nope. And then the second lobbity, 2 natural 18s. Alrighty, so that is going to be a total of 10 points of acid damage that guy in front of you takes. As it's just kind of like she seems to conjure it forth. She kind of like holds her bony fingers across the forearm as this green energy coalesces into this the bony palm, and there's like almost like a little vitriol sphere of acid that just kind of gathers as she lops it over, and you see the acid just kind of burn into the flesh, past the skin, and into the deeper sinew below. Alrighty, that's going to bring us to Dagmar.
Alrighty. Son of a bitch. I keep forgetting I'm exhausted. So I'm like, I can move all the way over here and here and then no.
Oh yeah, because you're
Yeah.
twice, so yeah, your movement
Yeah.
sucks.
Well, thank God I Misty Step because I forgot that completely.
No, you only get it at level 2
Yeah.
exhaustion.
Oh,
Yours
okay.
is just ability checks.
Okay, so sorry. What I'm trying to figure out is I'm probably gonna have to move back where I came from and then hope that I'm within 30 feet so then I can cast Cure Wounds on Knack since he's got a big boy right there.
I don't think you can make it to him. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Yeah, like healing word, but
35,
I don't
40,
have
45,
healing word
50,
on me
60.
right
Like,
now.
you can make it to Knack if you double dash, so use your bonus and your action to dash.
And then I could Cure. Gotcha.
Exactly.
So better to just crowd control at this point. Where can I put this thing? It's a 5, 5. Okay. Is that all like the straight line that's right here? Between the boss and I.
What?
Yeah, I know. That's crazy, right? Sorry, guys. Don't mean to hold up.
Okay.
Another strat for you always could be steady aim with a bow shot against someone that has some of a friendly next to it because that it's sneak attack. Alternatively, what you could always do is dodge and cast something as a bonus action. Lots of options.
Yeah. The only thing I could think to do is either bow at the one next to Rolak. I don't think I can see technically the direwolf where I'm at.
Yeah, it's gonna have. I mean, you can technically try to make a shot. It's gonna have 3/4 cover from you. But that said, you do have a little thing called Elven Accuracy now, which means that if you have advantage on a shot, as per steady aim, that's going to be 3 dice rolled, and you take the highest, which is bonkers good.
I mean, if I get advantage on this, then yeah, I'll take it.
No, I mean, if you do steady aim, that's why that's the secret
Yeah.
power of this build. You could even do a guiding bolt with steady aim, because it's all wisdom. It's anything but con and strength attacks have a triple advantage if you have advantage.
We're gonna do guiding bolt,
Already against
which is
who?
a little bit more damage. the dire wolf.
Alrighty. Go ahead and let me just hold Alt as you click on that. Or let me see. Maybe I can.
Easiest way would just be to Alt attack and then roll a d20 just to see if you happen to crit.
Well, no, it auto rolls 3 dice. That's what we want here.
Yeah. So she got to do it one more time.
No, she already did. It
I'll
rolled
say
3 dice.
roll 3d20.
Yep.
Oh, interesting.
When I know what I'm trying to do, it works great. Sometimes it just doesn't work the way that I want it to, but in this instance, I knew it was going to be okay as long as the directions were followed on that one.
When it doesn't work, he calls Kevin. Kevin, how do I make this work?
100%. Thank you, Kevin. As you try to take the guiding bolt energy together and lob it forward, shooting past and avoiding Rel, but having to make that micro kind of like adjustment towards the end there, that is going to be a miss.
So 7, 18 doesn't hit. 'Cause I'm-
With 3/4 cover, that's the thing. Trying to fire at the wolf because it has 3/4 cover from you, that one is tough because you don't have sharpshooter or a spell sniper.
But I mean, he's large, right? He's so tall, so big.
my bad for
Are we really
misunderstanding
covering it?
that then. So I guess with that. God, either way, I am just in his way, so bonus action, cower? No.
Well, I'll tell you what. Roll me heads or tails.
Wait, you're a rogue. Hold on. Just
Yeah.
you can move. You can still dash. You
Wait.
can move.
No, she can't because
15
steady aim
You
reduces
steady
your
aim.
speed to 0.
Oh, copy that.
Clancy,
Copy that.
heads or tails?
Heads.
Tails it is. It is 3/4 covered. Just because of like the slope or something like that of the
No,
of
I
the thing.
wasn't
I was thinking
arguing.
like Sal made a good argument. Let's see.
Oh, no. It's whatever. It happened. I guess I'll move back.
You can't. Remember?
No. Oh,
Steady
right.
aim.
Sorry.
That's
never mind.
the huge drawback.
That's my whole turn. Sorry. It just the awkward pause made it sound like I could do more, but yes.
no, it's all good. All right, that brings us to Rolak.
You got advantage on the one behind you too, because I think he attacked you reckless.
Do that.
Yeah, we'll just go after him.
You've got it on both of them, so.
No, we're Conga. The wolf didn't do anything reckless, so.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So we'll swing on the first guy.
Alrighty, that is going to be the guy north of you. Yep.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, that's going to be a hit. Going to make you roll. Alright, 12 points of damage. Not shabby at all. Second strike.
Oh, I didn't roll for advantage. Oh, but it auto did.
Don't matter.
Another 14 points of damage. Last strike.
Not my last strike. I have 4 strikes now, sir, because I have my
True.
bonus action. But this one
That one is going to be a
does
miss.
not have any modifiers or any of that stuff, and it doesn't matter when you roll. What did I roll?
Natural
A
5.
4 and a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't
Oh,
really
man.
matter. You got to have some insane modifiers to do okay on that.
Alrighty.
That ends my turn.
Sounds good. Hoyt, it's yours.
I want to move right there so I can get advantage with rail.
Alrighty.
Well, wait. Actually, move there first.
Okay. Mind you, you're conga lined with Rolak right now.
I'm taking the opportunity attack. I'm moving right there.
Alrighty. Alright, sorry, because I've been calling them out like crazy. Chris.
No, I'm. What do you?
He's asking for cutting words. No.
Oh,
Alrighty, tries to bite you. That is going to be a miss.
lightning lure on this one.
That is technically 15 feet because 2 diagonals.
and it says within 15 feet of you.
Oh no shit! I thought it was 10 feet. I'm getting
Pulled
rusty.
up to 10 feet in a straight line.
Yeah.
So it would pull him right in front of me.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, so you can only pull it back 10 feet, but it's up to 15 feet away. That's what I was thinking.
Yes.
Awesome. Alrighty, go ahead and cast it. Very nice.
Strength of
Damn, good friggin'
15.
Good friggin' rolls on that one. And he
hope a
fails.
barbarian.
That is going to be
Wow.
11 points of lightning points. Sorry.
I thought a barbarian would have been full of nothing but strength.
it doesn't
Shit rolls,
help
shit
when you roll
rolls.
like shit.
Yeah. Shit
And
rolls,
you yank him
shit
towards you?
I yank him towards me and off knack.
Alrighty, as the electricity loops around his neck, he gets yanked back and pushed towards you. Alright, anything as a bonus, or are you done?
Can't do anything as a bonus that I haven't already done. But wait a second, I can do it again. We're gonna do it again. Make sure, many times my proficiency bonus, my proficiency is
Great.
3. We're not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. So,
Alright.
I am my turn.
Alrighty, that brings us to Big Bad. I mean, he's tasty targets all around. Sal, do you want him to attack you or no?
He can attack me if he wants. It's
Okay.
fine.
Heads or tails?
I'm a fucking
Wait,
dragon,
we have
baby.
choices?
I'll go tails. You went tails last time. I feel a pattern going on here.
Alrighty, he goes after
Let's
you
go.
instead of Dagmar.
That's good.
She's
She
like,
can live.
looking
It's alright.
through that and doesn't like how you're treating his puppy. As he runs up behind you to flank. And that flank is different than the other flank, which this is going to get ridiculous with some of this stuff. Which is going to be with advantage as he's just trying to brutally strike
Yeah.
into you as many times as possible. 1 second.
Because now I'm sandwiched, so I'm flanked because the way it moved.
Alright, the first thing he's gonna do is try to shield bash you. And that is going to be a hit. Double check. Even with shield.
That's fine.
As go ahead and make me a strength saving throw if you would.
I'm gonna
Remember your
challenge
flag
my
inspiration. Yep, okay.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
You resist you are blessed. That's what you are inspired. That's what the little upwards chevrons mean. Alrighty, as you're not knocked prone, however, you still take 6 points of bludgeoning damage. And go ahead and make me a con saving throw. Alrighty, maintain concentration.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Sorcerer's got con proficiency. Let's go. Oh, and I also have Warcaster, so double it.
Alrighty, make sure there's that on. Boop. Alrighty. First attack with the battle axe with advantage. Chris.
Yep.
He's asking if you want to do your thing.
Yeah, I
said
said
yes.
yes, I do.
You do? Okay, go ahead and roll your kind
Yes.
words. So use one of your bardic inspiration die.
Oh,
Probably-
you want to actually roll the? I got
Yeah.
you.
Well, I mean, take off the ability too. You can't.
Well, I can. I was just gonna manually take it off. Does that work?
You've used 2 already, and you haven't counted
I've
those.
used
off,
one.
so-
I couldn't use my last one because I'd already used my bonus action. I've only used one.
Absolutely true. Alrighty, with that reduces it. That is going to be a miss. Alright, and then the last attack is going to be another hit unless you use shield. Shit, sorry.
Shield. Nah, you know what? I'll take it.
Would you be willing to tell me, out of curiosity, just like what the damage save was, or is that just moot? I'm just curious.
What do you mean? Like what the
Like
potential
if it
damage
actually
is?
saves it, you could have said, yeah, what the potential damage could have been had it hit.
That's exactly why we had the conversation. Do you see?
No,
I'm
no,
saying
I'm
that the
saying
Lord
if
Lord
I
kinda,
actually succeed and it works, would you say you blocked X damage or whatever?
sure. I mean,
Yeah,
okay.
I was just curious. Yeah.
Chris, do you want to use your thing?
He already
I
used
already
his
used it. I
reaction.
just used it. It's a
Oh
reaction.
yeah, your reaction, huh?
And I will hellish rebuke him when he hits me.
Alrighty, sounds good. Let me. And lower bar slows things down on a hidden roll. That's not your fault, Chris, or anything like that. That's just DM
That's a
talk.
damn good roll too.
That was a really good
Really
roll.
good
It was
roll.
Jesus, that's
2
almost
times.
max.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Rel, you take 12
Jesus.
points of piercing or slashing damage first. Go ahead and make me con save. See, he makes me a dex save. Alrighty, he makes the save, takes half damage, right?
He makes save, yeah, he takes half damage. This all should be a +7 from my elemental affinity to that.
Is it any? Yeah.
Yeah, any spell I cast.
Jesus, real?
Okay.
Fire, man, it hurts.
Real fucking out here just.
What I love about this build is that like I do damage when it's not even my turn. That's what's so
I was
special.
gonna say, I literally think that like 60% of the damage you've dealt has not even been on your fucking turn.
Oh yeah.
I mean, your
Absolutely.
those 2 green flame blades you did good work,
Wow.
but the majority of your DPS has been cranked out on their turn, which is awesome.
That's
Oh
what
yeah,
it's
the cheese is real with that build, no question about it. Which is why I get to use a lot of cheese with you guys. Alrighty, this guy doesn't like that you just lured him in, but still doesn't like Nax, so Hoyt, you get an attack of opportunity there. Hang on before you click. Ooh, sadly,
But
that's
that should
going
be
to
with
a miss.
No, never mind.
Yep,
Go
it's
ahead.
already included, bless. As he's like, runs forward, tries to strike down upon Knack one more time. This is going to be once more reckless. All right, first attack is going to be a... Well, Chris.
I can only use it once every turn.
That's right.
Yeah.
That is going to be a hit unless you shield.
Whoop. Shielding.
Alrighty. Go ahead and cast the spell. You got it. Your reaction is taken up, and your AC goes up to 18. Alrighty, and then the second attack with the Great Axe is going to be also turned aside thanks to the shield spell. Very nice. Alrighty, this guy is going to hack down upon Rolak, not recklessly this time because it doesn't have to. Alrighty, strikes down. That's going to be a hit. Sorry. No. Yeah. So that's going to be a hit on you,
Well,
Rolak.
I have shield as well, so I have 20 standing armor. Would 25 turn it asunder?
We'll turn it aside.
I still have my temper HP, so I'll take it.
Everybody out here with shield. Jesus.
Dude, welcome to my cheese reality. This is an entire world made out of cheese. Oh my god.
Warlock! That's all I have is fucking spells. So.
12
The extra
points of
cheese.
slashing damage on you. Go to make me con saving throw.
Cheese for the cheese gods.
What did you cast your shield from? Oh, cast me shield really quick. So
I
don't
didn't
forget.
cast it.
He
He
didn't.
said he was
I
gonna
said,
take
I
it.
said I said I had HP to spare,
I'm silly. It
and you hit me
that
for
was a close one
damage.
on the con save. Alrighty, and then the
Yeah,
second
I got Mind
attack-
Sliver, so I'm okay.
The second one is going to be a nat 20, so can't turn aside.
Yeah.
And yeah, as that is going to be 17 points of slashing damage. Going to make me a second con save.
Oh, did that berserker fail his check again?
The one that's on the ground, yes. I just rolled that while you guys were talking. I figured.
No,
that
that's
would
fine.
be
That's fine. I just was
less
curious.
interesting. Alrighty, the wolf. The wolf is on fire. Is going to make 2 bite attacks against Rel. Right, first attack is going to be a miss. Second attack is also going to be a miss.
Does he move?
Of course he does.
It's lose-lose.
You don't have a reaction, so
Ah,
I
damn
do.
it! Oh,
But David's not going to move him out of my area of influence because he's huge. So it won't matter.
Max up to right here, away from the fire. Percy, it's your turn.
So, okay, I am 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm 20 or 25 feet away from the wolf. Okay. Can't quite tell. I'm going to firebolt the wolf.
All right. Alrighty, as you gather the power and shoot at him, that is going to be a hit.
And then bonus action,
It's not vulnerable, so-
I will give Rolak a Bardic Inspiration.
Oops. And give Rolak Bardic Inspiration.
Whoa!
Like I
Why
said,
did that move me?
oh, that was not you. That must have been me. My bad.
No. I was like, no, that no.
Trying to give you your reactor back. There we go. All right, cool.
That way, my turn, by the way.
Alrighty, Rel, it is your turn.
and Rel is going to use.
So Rel, Knack. No, just Rel. Okay.
Sorry, who got the inspiration again?
Rolak.
Okay.
Third level Armor of Agathis. Bonus action, and let me see how far he can move. Can I move this ball to like the other side of the guy?
How far can it move?
20 feet, I believe.
Sure.
Oh, I'm sorry, 30 feet. So can it also bounce into him then?
Sure.
All right. Then he has to take
Rel out here playing fucking pinball too while we at it.
He
Hell yeah.
saves.
All right, so I'm gonna roll the damage and then give myself the spell slot because I don't know how else to do it. Wow! Oh, +7, +7. Oh, no,
You can
that's
unclick, by
cancel
the
that.
way, consume spell slot. That's the easiest way to do it.
Oh, okay. And the
Okay.
+7 doesn't apply to that.
No, it's not actually. So I just reread it. It's when you cast it, and it's one time you deal damage with it. So it's not.
Right.
Yeah. So you don't get
Right,
that every single
well,
time. So I think that earlier happened to the wolf too.
Did it happen to the wolf?
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, as he saves and takes 1 point of fire damage.
Nice.
You
Concentration well spent.
Beaut. Alrighty. Alrighty, that brings us on this. Are you moving, Rel?
Oh no, I'll stay there. I'm gonna look at the guy and go, "I like you. Come hit me again."
There's kind of like spittle flying from his face as you say that. Knack, it is your turn as your shield fades.
Hey. We are going to try Shocking Grasp.
Still with advantage. So hold alt. Oh, just broke for him.
Yeah, it just broke. All right, let me try that again.
There you go.
That is going to be a hit.
Oh, thank God. And then I'm going to run away. We'll run actually towards the team, so right here, I think.
Hey,
Right.
take
5, 10,
reactions
15,
to the
20,
start of
25,
next
30.
turn. That's dope.
You're going to run towards the other guy?
Yep.
Okay.
And then I don't really have anything bonus, but I'm going to tell Betty to continue to lob acid at that man and try not to hit any of our allies when you do it.
And about 60% of that makes it through in the 6 seconds that you have as you're not, in between you casting a spell and whatever else. But the skeleton feels your vibe, as it's going to continue lobbing acid at the guy with advantage because he was reckless. Wow, the first one is terrible. Natural 5 and a natural 7. Second one, mucho better, as that is going to be 9 points of acid damage on his face. And Dagmar, it's your turn.
Alrighty, before I try out a handy rogue feat, I just need to figure out if either of these are I guess him more than likely are 30 feet away. Now that I'm saying that, I don't think so. I keep forgetting they're 10 squares, huh?
What are you trying to accomplish? Maybe I can help out.
Yep. I would love to try and shoot the big boss.
Okay.
And then use my whales from the grave to potentially also hit the direwolf.
Whales
But
of the
it
grave,
requires
that is
me-
within 30 feet of you or of each other?
So it's 30. Sorry, let me just read it. So the first part is sneak attack damage. So I don't know if I get advantage with this, but then a creature attack damage to a creature on your turn, you can target a second creature that you can see within 30 feet of the first creature.
Yeah. So that is a little bit different, which is good because they are within 30 feet of each other.
Awesome.
But the big one is you can get sneak attack by just firing at the guy normal, and then you can still move, or you can do steady aim with your bow and then attack like that. So the question is, do you want to steady aim or not? Or because Whales of the Grave, is that a reaction for you?
It says it's special.
Oh, it is special.
Oh.
It is so special. That means that
It's so special.
it's like a smite. It just happens, which is great.
Awesome. Okay. I would like to study aim nonetheless, though. Just in case.
All right.
You know.
In that case, go ahead and hold Alt as you make your bow attack. And it's going to be just an extra 1d6 essentially. Ooh, and that, my ladies and gents, is exactly why you take Elven Accuracy. Roll me... Okay, so normally that would be 2d6, so roll me 4d6 for the first target, so that's him, and then an extra 2d6 for the wolf. So separately, roll those separately though. So 4d6 and then 2d6.
Gotta do that. Okay, so the 4d6.
Nice.
and
Alrighty,
then
that's
2d6.
26 of tasty points of damage against the leader boy. And then
Now, do you want
2d6
me
against
to-
the wolf, yeah.
Okay, and is this separate from Whales of the Grave? Because
No,
I think
that
you have
is
it
Whales
set
of
up
the
for
Grave. So
Whales. Okay,
go
so let
go
me
ahead and
just
click
roll
Whales on the Grave just to count down the resource, yay.
Ability. Oh, I thought it would.
Oh, and it just does it automatically. So it rolls up and roll me one more d6 because crit. Actually, hold up. Does
I
a
don't-
crit only affect the triggering? Oh my god! This is going to be a nerd question. I got to answer for myself really quick.
Oh, and it's necrotic damage. I don't know if that matters for anything, but.
While he does that, what does your Whales of the Grave look like?
Yes, please.
um.
Thank you, Sal.
Thank you, Sal. Yeah. I think what it's gonna look like is as she shoots the bow, it splinters off into what looks like a more transparent arrow that has a chain attached to it as it strikes the wolf, as the wolf can hear wailing from potentially those that they have already consumed.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty.
What is that? Hell yeah.
Roll me the-
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Go ahead and roll me that extra d6. Because, yeah, I'm going to roll it. It's just like Smite. Ooh, another 9 points of damage. Very nice. Wolfie is starting to look rough.
And that's it. Oh, boo.
Boo that man.
Shame. Boom.
That's it.
Who earns?
Sounds good. That was fucking badass. And it used a resource, but all of the other stuff, that was just being badass. All right, Rolak, it is your turn.
All right, same barbarian that just attacked me recklessly.
He didn't attack recklessly.
Oh, he did not. Okay.
So 17 is
then-
still the first roll, so that is a hit.
All right. Apologies for I thought he did.
It's all good. It's all good.
All right. I will swing on him again.
All right, still a hit because absurd bonuses. Alrighty, still alive. Jesus Christ, how? Damn. Oh, the fucking bless is so good. And the last one does him in.
I tell you,
So
he
on that
dead.
last one, what I literally want to do is as I turn back and look at his boss, I'm going to take my one sword, put it behind his head, and pull him forward, and just let the sun sword just cook straight through his chest as I'm looking at his
And as you
friend
do,
back there.
suddenly you realize that you cut through your longsword. I'm just giving you shit. As you forget, shit, I'm a Jedi now. Alrighty, as Rolik is definitely not the big bad evil of this campaign. Not a little bit, not at all. And then at the wolf, that is going to be a miss.
Nope.
Even with the bless.
Nope. That's a hard nope.
Stay there.
Yeah. Actually. No. Yeah. We'll stay here.
All right, sounds good. Hoyt.
Right there. He attacked Knack recklessly.
He did.
All right.
All right, brother.
Don't click him too fast because you're going to break it.
Oh, I did break the first one.
Also, you're using the wrong one. Don't use the offhand one. We should delete
Oh,
that one
shit.
because you can't make offhand attacks with the gauntlets. So I'm just going to delete that real quick.
Let
Well,
me
the
do it with
rolls
main
can
hand.
stand. That's fine, but... Alright, so we have the 2 damages. That's going to be 6 points. That works.
Well, actually, the rolls can't stand because they have +0 and +0, and his have plus and a plus because it was
Oh,
offhand,
that's
so it
four,
wasn't
that's four.
getting
I
his
mean,
modifiers.
We can just take that, so it's actually 16 points of damage. Still alive, but now has to attack you. Well, it doesn't have to, but you know what I mean.
It's got that young dis.
I'm done because that's all I can do, really.
Alrighty. Hellwar. Mm-hmm.
I'm right here. Don't run away.
No, you
You
are.
already know how David plays his mobs.
But he's not stupid. Like, he is vicious. He understands what's going on with people casting magic. And he's going to move through and go for Percy. So stays in your attack range, Rel. Tries to do that bashy bash on you again. All right, Chris, that's a natural 20. Sorry. We did make a deal with, or Chris and I did, that he gets to know if it is a crit, so he doesn't have to.
I
waste it
can't
on
affect
that.
cutting words on myself.
Oh, cool. Good to know. That is going to be 17 points of bludgeoning damage. Make me a con save first, and then make me a strength save. All right, maintain concentration. Go ahead and make me that strength save. Ooh, but this time, as he rushes up on you, you fall prone. And he just like just whacks you up the face as he then leans over and gets to make the battle axe attacks with advantage. All right, first attack is going to be... Oh yeah, you can't use it on yourself. So that is going to be a hit unless you shield.
Can I shield while prone?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Then I will shield.
Alrighty, go ahead and cast it. Alrighty, as the protective force springs into effect, there's again kind of like golden flecks of light that protect you. And then last attack with advantage is going to be a hit even with the shield, as that is another 17 points of slashing damage. Make me another Constitution saving throw to maintain concentration on the hideous laughter. Alrighty, hey, maintaining concentration like a goddamn champ, though. Alrighty, that brings us to the laughing guy who has been doing nothing but laugh the entire combat. And he actually saves at the end of his turn. Oh my god. Alright, he is, however... No, he's still prone because that's the end of his turn, but he's no longer incapacitated. Alrighty. That Berserker boy is not happy with the general situation here and is just going to turn towards you here, Hoyt, and is going to just try to do as much damage as he can before he understands he's going to die. He rolls a natural 1 and a natural 3 on his advantage roll. Second strike. Wow. Terrible rolls. Terrible rolls.
I yawn at him.
Right. Yeah. Always the same on that one. Yawn. Alright, this guy, the wolf is just gonna swivel towards you, Rolak.
Actually, I'm wrong, David. I can use cutting words on myself. I was mistaken. But
Next
doesn't
time.
matter now. I'm just, yeah.
Shield was your best option.
Hey, shield saved you from going unconscious.
No, I
though.
know. I was just reading it.
First bite is a miss. Second bite is a hit. Rolak, would you like to shield? Because the shield will turn to the side.
I suppose. Actually, no. This battle's done. So no.
Alrighty, you take 11 points of piercing damage. Go ahead and make me
Bold
con save.
words, Cotton.
Exactly.
Alrighty, still active. And...
Trying to save some resources. It's a lot easier to roll hit dice and get spells on short rest.
Alrighty, Percy, it's your turn. You are prone, don't forget.
Yeah, that's half my movement, right? Well, I'll stand up. Not a whole lot I can do. Okay, I'll have to double check on those. I'm not sure on it now, but I'm gonna, I guess, I'm gonna pray and try this. Will that affect Rel? It would affect Rel. Fuck!
You know
Actually,
what
so
Sal's gonna say.
I'm gonna move in his a sphere around him to reposition myself. I'll attempt to cast this. Whoa! Oh, there we go. Try to get him off my ass for a second.
Alrighty, he actually fails. Gets pushed 10 feet back
That's
away
not.
from you.
I don't know why I was put rail. I was trying to move to the one more.
It's all good. It's all good. Alright, as he's just like gets pushed away from you. Takes 4 points of thunder damage.
That'll end my turn.
Alright, nothing as a bonus.
I can't give it to myself, and the people that are in danger already have it. So.
Alright. The way you had swiveled over 5, 10, 15. Wait, what? No. Oh, that's it. Yeah, Rel. That's all you.
Alrighty, so I will run up on the coward. Whoa,
Let me move you guys.
Okay.
It's gonna be way easier that way.
That is wild ride there, man.
Yeah. Also,
That's like-
also use the drag and drop. The WASD fucks with the where were you last mechanic that we have.
Alright.
Alrighty, as you move 10 feet closer towards the guy.
Yep. And then I will also move my flaming sphere behind him and hit him with it again, if I have enough movement to do so.
It's gonna be 15 feet, 20 feet. Sure. Go ahead and cast it, just
And
don't consume
then-
the spell slot, so we can see what the damage
Yeah.
is. Alright, he saves.
And then
doesn't.
I will.
Yeah.
Oh, he takes that big 5 damage? Oh, poor guy. He's almost dead now, I bet. And then I will once again Green Flame Blade.
Nope.
No, I won't. No, won't do that at all. And that ends my turn.
Alrighty. Knackety knackety. Looking like a snackety.
We are going to. Man, might as well just have to take them off the board here. Going to Firebolt, the one that's near death.
With advantage.
With advantage.
Ooh, yeah. Tasty natty 19. As
Oh,
that
shit, he
indeed
did.
does take him
Oh!
off the board. Second person completely lit a flame.
Then I will tell Betty to.
Attack Hoyt. Okay, I'm okay.
Eat his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
To throw acid at the direwolf
Okay.
without hitting any of ours.
Boy, he's throwing careens. He's throwing
Yeah,
that shit.
120 feet, baby.
God.
She did. Yeah.
Motherfucker shooting Roman candles.
Yeah, it's really her name should be Yeet. All right, Knack. Are you gonna stay where you're at, or?
Let's move right shaw.
Alrighty, sounds good.
And then I'll dab.
That's gonna bring us to your friendly neighborhood skeleton. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30.
Been watching too much Dad, Jeremy.
Should be within her range.
Yeah, she has 120 feet of range.
Blessed lobby. Well, do not get disadvantage. That's what I'm trying.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
Nice. 2 good rolls. That's going to be 11 points of acid damage on Wolfie. Right,
How dare you hit Valerie Burton Ernie and what's his name? Kid like that.
If I need to.
Unmute your mic, yes.
Yes. Unmute my mic first. And then if I need to make the move so that I'm within 60 feet of the dire wolf.
Let's see. I think you already are. Yeah, you are.
Awesome. We're gonna do Toll the Dead.
Alrighty, very nice.
So it should be. I
No,
don't
roll me
know
2d12.
why- Okay. As soon as I find the 12. There you are.
It's only like the most unused dice in the game.
Yeah.
Alrighty,
my
it takes
God.
6
Bleh.
points.
Should I take the other one?
Yeah, right. It takes 6 points of necrotic damage as it fails to save.
Alright. That was one thing. And it's all about now resources. I'm down so many spells.
Yep.
It's when, you know, when there's fireworks outside on like a random day in July and they blow like all of it right at the beginning, like there's suddenly like 17 different explosions going off.
Oh,
all
we're gonna
that.
go into a giant temple that a lich is in.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
Exactly. Does the dire wolf also have cover?
Technically it does.
Even
And you
if I
used
took,
your
like, a five-
action anyway to cast Toll of the Dead, so I don't know.
Okay, no. I keep thinking, like, I'm so used to being a fighter, I keep thinking I just have an extra attack.
Yep. That's why you make the
Um,
hit that does hit matter so much more with like
Yeah.
Elven Accuracy Guiding Bolt. Because 8d8 radiant damage, that's pretty cool.
We're just gonna move closer then for my bonus action. I call it good. Just wherever I can get. Hold on here.
Alright. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 right next to...
Perfect. Yep.
Alright. Sounds
The next
good.
turn I can do something else.
Rolak.
Okay. First swing on the puppy.
Alrighty. right, that's gonna be a hit.
That
Nice.
puppy's still going.
Yep.
Second swing on the puppy.
Nope.
I'm gonna use my bardic inspiration on that one. What is
Natural
that?
ones are always misses. Doesn't matter what you add to it.
Okay.
Just rules written. Right?
Does that hit?
You want to use your bardic inspiration? Let me double check
don't
on bardic inspiration if you have to wait until. I think you actually get to know. Hold up, let me double check.
I'm
So
pretty
many
sure you
rules.
can.
The creature can wait until it rolls the d20 before deciding to use their bardic inspiration.
But must decide before the DM says whether the roll succeeds.
Okay,
roll.
then yeah, what's the bardic inspiration? I'll just use it.
8d8.
D8.
So does a 15
Alrighty, a
hit?
15 hits. Alrighty, another snackalicious amount of damage, still kicking.
Okay, last swing with my sun sword.
24 hits. Go ahead and roll your shroud. 11 points is enough to kick this puppy to the dirt as with a loud yelp and howl, you just cut into its chest as it starts dropping dead before you.
Bonus action, or I'm sorry, I still have my movement in my bonus action. I'm measured. I'm pretty sure I can move 30 feet and get there.
You're going to be within the sphere's influence, though, so you're going to have to make a dex save.
Oh, okay. Can I go there then and not be in its influence?
Yep.
And be in melee range? Okay. So then.
Alrighty, that's a hit. As all the dark energy kind of pulses into his side, he just kind of smiles as the blood is running down his face. And he just laughs. Alright. Wait, I believe it is your turn.
I want to flank Rolak.
Sure thing. Can I give you one tip?
Sure.
Flank Rel instead.
Am I going to be in the sphere's influence?
Oh shit, yeah, you're right. Otherwise, I would have said you want to give flanking to Rolak or to Rel first because he's the next up in initiative order.
No, I mean that was my original plan, but when you told Rolak that the
Same way.
sphere was there, I was
That
like,
was why
wouldn't-
I was like, I wanted to give flanking to Rel and
Yeah.
get flanking, and I was like, oh, but yeah, I don't want to get bardidated.
It's the happy
Alright.
fun ball, guys.
not happy for me.
This is the
Advantage.
guy that never takes damage.
Hey, listen, natty 20.
Very nice. That hits him, and he takes 13 points of thunder damage. Very nice.
Nice. Now he's got disadvantage on anybody but you.
It's like
Another
also
10.
hits.
You'll join your puppy soon. So I
Alright.
taunt him with a second hit.
And a turn.
Of course.
Alrighty, that brings us to his turn as he kind of turns around back towards you and is just going to make all of his attacks with the battle axe. First attack is going to be a hit. You don't have the shield spell, right?
Mm-mm.
Do not. Alrighty, you just take 11 points of slashing damage.
Cool.
It's the first time the damage this campaign.
Another hit. Another 12 points of slashing damage.
Sure.
Last attack. Natural 20. And that is going to
Sure.
be 25 points of slashing damage.
Sure.
You guys watch as Hoyt kind of like comes behind, hits the guy twice in the back.
Oh.
As he turns around
Oh.
and just goes, and just kind of grabs you in the back of the armor and kind of cuts into your clavicle.
Mark. I'm less than half health now. Do I need to make a wisdom saving throw?
Not yet. You're not formed. You're not in your whatever beast form. That's why I said don't read into that too much. Like that's some long-term stuff.
Okay.
Alrighty, that brings us to this guy. Oh boy, he stands back up.
Movement.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, and with his special ability, rushes up
Of course he can reach.
on Rel. Not reckless, makes swings against Rel. The first one is going to be a hit.
He wouldn't have to reckless because he's flanking, was he?
Sorry, Percy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
he's
you're
not.
fine.
He's not
You're-
recklessly
you're good. Do
attacking.
your thing.
Alrighty, that is going to be 8 points of slashing damage on you, Rel.
I'm not going to use it regardless right now.
He takes 15.
Do you have your thing up right now?
That's
Oh,
why
okay.
you ran away from me, remember?
No, he literally just did that because the other guy was still laughing on the
He's a
ground.
coward. No, I mean, that's why the big guy ran away from me. He said
Mm.
he's smart enough not to hit me.
Alrighty, and then the second attack. Natural 20. It's going to be 21 points of slashing damage on that one.
Why did I lose all my 10 hit points on the first one, though?
That was my bad. I only counted down 14 on the second strike. Make me 2 con saves, though.
Okay, no problem.
Alright, maintain con. Blue, maintain
I do have
concentration.
Warcaster, though, so I can... Oh, yeah, even with the one, I passed.
Or technically that was the first roll. I mean, I think it's
Yeah.
going to be almost... Well, roll me again, hold alt on the con save. You save.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
Because
right.
cheese. Percy, it's your turn.
This is Warcaster.
I know. Oh, it's almost like you stack all the good stuff. Cheese.
Okay, as to not use any more spell slots. I'd like to move. That's what, 10?
Is
Sorry,
there a
you
side
wanted to
chat
move
where Drake
10?
just messages you guys, like, stop using spell slots?
No, I just.
No,
I haven't said anything,
not at all.
but I
Oh.
purposely have been like trying to hold back as I'm
Fair.
watching people like just fucking throw shit out
Blowing
like
wands.
candy. And I'm like, all right, well, we're gonna have to literally like sell our second board to take a short rest in here.
Alright, I don't know who that was against, but it's a miss.
The main guy, yeah. Sorry.
He's like, it doesn't matter who you're aiming for. That's not gonna
Yeah.
hit any of them.
And that would be the end of my turn.
Alrighty, sounds good. Rel, it is your turn.
Alrighty, let's see. Big guy, he's near death. We're gonna do Green Flame Blade, longsword attack. Hope it hits, 26.
That's a hit.
Guessing that hits. And then Green Flame Blade. Plus 7 damage to that, so 18.
So
I mean, no.
stupid.
Plus 5 damage to that,
22.
sorry. Why did I say 7?
Does it have to be a leveled spell that you cast? No, right?
Oh, that's a good question. Let me see. It might be. Yes.
Nope. Cast a spell
Nope,
that deals
spell
damage
that
of the
deals
type
damage.
associated to your draconic ancestry.
Yeah.
What was that about cheese? I think I missed it.
It's just a draconic sorcerer thing. What?
Since you made that comment, can I ask a quick question? I don't want to interrupt. So, the magical inspiration does say a spell that does damage. So if it's a spell that's just a saving throw, does that still count as a spell that does damage? Just for my own
Link it
edification?
in chat, and then we'll
So-
address it after Cel's turn. Is
I
done.
was just curious. Yeah, that's fine.
And then bonus action, I'm gonna smack him with my my mystical orb of fire. His name is Wilson.
Actually, as he stayed in the globe, he had to make a dex save. Anyway,
Oh, you're right. You're right.
he saved, but going to roll me
2
roll me
damage.
2d6 twice. Get up, ram it in. You got it. Alright, another dex save and saves again, and is still alive.
That son of a gun. That is my turn.
Alrighty. Knack, it is your turn.
Sir, we are going to aim at our big bad friend here. Hell War. And we are going to cast a Firebolt.
Alrighty, go for it. Hold on right there for like a perfectly all clean side shot.
And
Also, Chris, you're right.
Betty, hit that bitch! Hit the acid! Please! And that is my turn.
Alrighty. Betty's gonna do her darndest. First lob. Natural.
You know, it looks like.
Oh my god. Betty just like straight up went, yep, I'm with you, master. This is absolutely exactly how I feel too. Look at that. 2 natural ones, beautifully right next to each other. And the second attack is a natural 2, because of course it is. Ral and Rolak, you see these weird little acid blobs just fly towards you.
Like flying over my head,
Dodge
and
it.
I'm like,
Shit!
I'm gonna fucking destroy that skeleton.
All right, Dagmar.
I'm gonna scream at him. I told you to fucking get her too.
We're gonna try and finish off the big guy with another.
Do it.
You want to move over
With
here first so
another-
you have absolutely nothing in your way?
Toll the Dead.
15. Oh, okay. I thought you were
I
going to
don't
do...
I don't want to. Well, I would, but I can only use that up to 3 times per rest. It was my understanding.
What are you talking about?
The Whales from the Grave.
I was
Oh.
say, if you just shot him with your crossbow, that's sneak attack because we're all sorts in his face.
You have elven accuracy.
You
right?
do you,
That
Clancy.
makes advantage.
Yeah, you do you, Bill.
Thanks, thanks, Boo.
After 6 people tell you what to do, you do you.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Would you like another mansplain or?
You know, the council is here.
The council is. Hey, I didn't say. I haven't said anything on anybody's turn
Mhm.
tonight.
Actually, no. Y'all got to give Drake a golf clap. He's been doing
Yeah.
amazing.
Okay.
I made that my one general comment about spells. That was it.
No, it was a good point. Yeah, well, I guess we'll do the crossbow. With the elven accuracy, so then I can use a bonus action without being exhausted and standing there and not using it. So, with advantage.
Yep.
Sorry, David, you have
I was
to-
nodding,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, yeah, you have to say it.
Oof.
Jesus Christ,
With
none of
triple
those hit.
advantage.
You
What
threw
was
some
that?
rocks on the ground, girl.
Oh, that was a 1, a 4, and a 6. That is a miss.
Damn.
That's a miss.
That's just done what I was gonna do.
You know, I don't know why you think Toll the Dead. I'm joking. I'm joking.
She's gonna find you. She has a very particular set of skills, and they all have to do with exhuming dead. But she needs dead for that first.
Where's my family?
Rolak.
Yes, sir. I will go ahead and since there's nowhere I can get flanking. Well, no, I would have to walk it out of the other.
You already have
creature's
flanking
influence.
against big
There you
guy
have
because of Hoyt.
Oh, I do because of old hoity hoyt. Do I need to hold it or is it autoed?
I can auto it. Hang on, just 1 second.
I can press
Okay.
it. It's all good.
Sounds
It's all
good. Thanks to the bless, that's still a hit. Alrighty, as
One more point.
you kind of cut across. How do you want to finish off the leader of this pack?
Same way as the last one. I'm going to literally just, as he's like kind of getting burned from the flame, I'm just going to take the sword and I'm literally going to just put it straight through his chest and just let it, not even cutting, just burning into his chest.
You know, when you
And
play
then what-
Apex and you haven't unlocked all of the different finishers yet, I get it. You
Never
kinda
even
just
played
gotta
that
see-
game.
That's a joke. Just for Sal. Not even the audience, just for Sal. If he's
I
still listening. If
appreciate
he's
it.
not actively playing Apex in the background. Just
Well,
for Sal.
He needs to do the Gibraltar and do the belly flop.
The belly flop.
Then I'm going to
Yep.
turn around to the other dude. Oh, I forgot. No, there was no reason I would have advantage.
Yeah, he...
You can move now though, because he's dead.
That's what I was meaning to do. So I will, before I attack my
Uh,
third time, I'm going to move behind him.
Mm,
It's what I meant to do. And you can move between attacks. That's in the PHP.
Sure, but you click attack before you move. See, it's a natural 1 because if it
Oh
hadn't
no
been a
no no!
natural
No, the
1
second attack was a miss. That was no. I wasn't trying to retcon that. At
Oh,
all.
yeah,
No, no,
yeah,
no.
yeah. You can definitely move
Yeah,
before the
yeah,
third
yeah.
attack. I thought you meant
I
you moved before the second.
No, sir.
He did
I
say
clicked
that.
it, and as I clicked it, what I was saying was like, oh darn, my brain didn't speak what I wanted it to do.
Gotcha.
Because I was like, oh, I have advantage, and then I went, oh motherfuck, I didn't move. So yeah, no.
He said it the right way. Dave was just being silly.
I am sometimes. It's true. All right. Jeremy's laughing at this sometimes. Get out of here. That is going to be another hit.
Don't kill him! I need a toad! Don't kill him!
I didn't roll that with advantage. I'm sorry.
All right, first damage roll stands. As go ahead and roll your necrotic shroud. As Hoyt just kind of goes, "Don't kill him!" and you kind of just cut him through the throat as he drops dead. Everyone in front of the Temple of Amber now lies dead before you guys, as you're all breathing heavily. That
And I say, goodbye, Wilson. And my ball vanishes.
Betty, what the shit were those throws?
And she kind of like cocks her head to the side and just points at you. And you know, deep down, that's a point of shame.
Back to me.
You guys kind of look around and you see the field is stained red with the blood of all the individuals that you have killed. As the magic that you guys have, whether it be Bless or some of the concentration stuff, slowly starts wearing off. Rolak, the haze, as you're coming off of the methamphetamine there for a second, as Nat kind of gives you an apologetic, shoulder shrug there. You guys stand before the towering edifice that is this place, looking at the imposing figures of the amber statues, having defeated this entryway. You look around and there doesn't seem to be a sign of the blue Draco Lich or its rider. You guys nod towards each other, having defeated this significant battle. We'll pick it up there next week. Solid battle, y'all. They definitely had HP to spare, and y'all fucked that shit up. Question is, how many resources will you guys have left?
Really didn't use much.
Which is good. I mean, almost half your bardics, right?
I've used more than half my bardics, but yeah. I meant like spell slot wise, I didn't use a ton of spell slots.
Yeah, I'm not betting. I'm not down too much.
God, I wish you would have lived with just 1 HP. I was going to take the dodge action and use a hit die.
Short rests aren't normally a problem, even in dungeon crawls are made for short rest. It's long rests that are dodgy, would be putting it lightly. Because realistically, you got to think, like, even if you were like in real life in a fight, an hour of reprieve between combat is a realistic thing. 8 hours?
An hour reprieve when you're getting your ass beat in the street? I doubt it.
Yeah.
You get your ass beat in the street.
Reprieve in the
Most
street.
street fights don't last a minute, so.
What?
So most street fights only last like a minute anyways.
Yeah, I was gonna say most
It's
street
almost
fights are
like a D&D fight. It's perfect.
yeah.
All right, guy, you got 6 seconds to
I
fight.
watched this dude on Reddit.
Okay,
that
let me look up
him
my
and
ability
his-
real quick first, though.
Dude, him and his
Are you
girlfriend and XP to 3 copied them because they did this a while ago. They did like real D&D combat in real life, and all the silly shit you're like, this is stupid, makes so much sense. Like, because he was like, why do you have disadvantage when you're close range? And his girlfriend cocks the bow back and he keeps jacking with it while she's trying to shoot it. And they were like, you got 6 seconds. You got to move 30 feet and then attack. And like, they looked like they needed an inhaler. Like, it was like, you're like, okay, maybe this makes a little bit more sense than you think.
Oh, I will be the first one to admit that if you look at some of the rules for D&D 5th edition, they make shit for sense. Absolutely. Like, for example, best example is, right, if you, let's say, grapple a small creature like a goblin or a halfling or something like that, someone that is per the rules weighs 20 pounds or something like that, 25 pounds, right? Why doesn't that count as an object interaction? Because rules, right?
Yeah.
Like grappling a 300-pound Goliath hinders you equally as grappling a 20-pound goblin.
Or like the fact that like in our last campaign, because of the way Finn was registered, Finn could carry as much as, even though my character didn't have a ton of strength, like someone that's twice his size. Like
Yeah.
what?
Like
Like,
the
You
only
never
thing
saw Finn's thighs?
No. Okay, sorry, I didn't see you at Thunder Thighs.
Oh, dude.
We didn't
I'm
ask to.
straight up Thunder
it's just
thighs,
like a
bro.
little arc. The person's like massive thighs and like
He's just
huge
super
quads, and
thick.
then just like super little
Super
on top.
thick. Yeah.
Oh, see, where most people are like, "Oh, I skipped leg day." Finn never skipped leg day. Finn skipped fucking bicep day and chest day. He didn't have a shit for that, but them motherfuckers out there cranking fucking leg
It's
press
all
like you
leg
wouldn't
day.
believe.
He actually shot his crossbow with his feet. It's a secret. Oh my god. Well, Percy, welcome to the Dark Shenanigans. As I will
hate
get better
motherfuckers.
in remembering asking the lore bard whether I can proceed. It's just going to be a reality of it, and that's nobody's fault. That's just how they work because they control the game a little bit, for good reason. I mean that with zero sarcasm. That's just, it's a cool ability
Sure,
that the
because
lore
that felt
bard
like
has.
sarcasm.
It really wasn't. I feel a lot from you, though. With that, I'm going to call it off now. I'm going to go see the family. Everybody have a very happy 4th of July, and I will see you
Good night,
guys all next